What's going on, everybody? What's going on? I just hopping out a little bit early to get everybody juiced up, get ready for this card, the return of one championship, Battleground. It's a big event. The reason why is guess what? Who's back? Aung La N Sang is back. So, it's a big event. And the, you know, the the Myanmar, the Burmese people are gonna be out big for this one tonight. I'm excited to see him back too. Can't wait to see how this fight plays out. It's a tough test for him against Leandro. Leandro's a tough competitor, very fast, explosive. Man, he's got some crazy finishes, but so does Aung La. So we'll see what happens tonight. I see you guys hopping up in the chat. Let's go through some of these. Ja Rule's in the house. What's going on, Ja Rule? Good morning to you. It's actually the evening over here. Uh-oh. Guess who's on here? Guess who's on here from Bali? The man, the myth, the legend is back on this channel. He's
Yo,
been missing in action. Leon, how are you, man? Is that bamboo behind you?
yeah, yeah. My stuff is
Give us an
my.
update, man, before we get on and talk about the fights a little bit. Give us an update on what your situation is right now in Bali, because the last time we spoke to you, you were in a whole nother country.
Yeah, relocated to Bali, which pretty much I think didn't have that many restrictions here until I turn up, and now there's restrictions, there's lockdowns, there's all sorts of stuff going on. Yeah, so I, trouble follows me.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if it follows you, but sometimes you just have bad luck. But I know that it's beautiful. I saw a little clip of your new space, the place that you're renting out there, and it looks really,
My
really
bachelor
nice,
pad.
man. And
Yeah,
yeah, it's a bachelor pad. You have a swimming pool, like a private swimming pool. I don't know what you're doing over there in that private swimming pool. We'll keep that for another show, but it's probably
you
some
don't know.
wild things out there, right?
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, yeah. It's all good.
That's good to hear, man. Let's get into these comments a little bit. We got Min Kant. Good evening, sir. Or Miss. I don't know who I don't know. I don't know what kind of name that is. The boss, Tommy One. I love the videos. We love you too. My favorite YouTuber. I love the channel. How are you guys doing? How is everybody doing out there? Thank you so much for joining us. Keep coming in. Keep in the comments, man. Get in there, get some questions in. We're here to speak with you, to be with the people tonight. Tonight is a big return, and when you look at the card, right, we got some interesting matchups, Leon. There's 3 MMA fights that are very interesting, and then some crazy, super serious matchups. But like what fight are you looking at right here for tonight?
Good question. I mean, I think it's a stacked card, and it's so good to be back. It's been a weird few months. I mean, not only have I moved country, there hasn't been a one event for so long, and it's kind of felt weirder in a way than last year when they didn't have events for about 5 months. For some reason, because we'd all got back into it, it was almost every week, and then to suddenly stop again, it's been a bit weird. But yeah, great card to come back. Like you say, some fun matchups. Aung La, he's back. Huge fight for him. Kind of got to say a must-win against a tough opponent who, if he wins, I think he's almost certainly got a title fight and a rematch with Renier de Ridder. It's an interesting one for Aung La because I think even if he wins, is he going to get a trilogy? Probably unlikely. So it's an interesting one.
Yeah, the interesting part about that is it's like the result of this fight, it can determine some things about what can happen in the future. But the thing is, the future is unknown, especially with De Ritter. He's out in Europe and Singapore. Their situation. It changes by the day, so we don't know if he's gonna get an immediate title shot. It seems like Ong doesn't really care. He just wants to fight. He just wants to compete. He just wants to stay active.
And he missed weight as well by quite a bit. He
Oh,
missed weight by
really?
about 6 pounds.
Wow, I
So
didn't know that.
it's a catch weight fight now. Yeah.
Whoa,
Um,
that changes a lot.
so that changes a lot. Leandro, he came in a little bit under, just well, he made weight comfortably. Yeah, Aung La missed weight. So again, even if he was unlikely to get a title match anyway, a title fight coming for a win, it's almost certainly not now because of missing weight.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the missing weight, I didn't even know that happened. But Roberto, the fights will start in about 15 minutes. I think the first fight will be Victoria Lee, the what is it, the Phenom, or what do they call it, the
The prodigy.
Prodigy? Yeah, the Prodigy. Yeah, so she's up first against another Chinese up and comer. We'll see what happens with that. Let's see. It has been a while watching one event with you guys for sure, man. We missed you guys. You know, Leon, we missed him too because he hasn't been around for a while. And you know, I always love chatting it up with Leon. Nick, he might drop by. You know, he's really busy right now covering the Olympics, and he's been busy for the last week or so. He's swamped, man. You know, hopefully he'll show his little golden locks up in this chat. Maybe, I don't know for sure. He told me that he's gonna try, but the guy is swamped. He's working his ass off, and yeah, you know, the grind never stops for that man. Let's see what else we got here. We got Aung La was changed from middleweight to catchweight. That's what Leon was saying. I don't know who missed weight. I guess Aung missed weight. And was there any issues with the hydration too, or is it just the
He made
missing weight
hydration.
part?
I mean, the fight. If he didn't pass hydration test, the fight would have been off. So he passed the hydration test, but obviously he had to sacrifice missing weight to do that. Sacrifices 20% of his money to Leandro, but the fight goes on.
Yeah, well, hey, that percentage, and if I would guess, I'm thinking Ong gets paid pretty handsomely by one championship. So whatever that percentage is probably pretty good for Leandro and his bank account. Yeah, Indonesia, we support Myanmar. It's all good, man. Yeah, Burma, we support you guys. You know what I mean? Ung has always been good to us. You know, he's been good to Leon. You know, he's one of the, stand up dudes, right? Like forever, like since you've ever known him, correct?
Oh yeah, one of the nicest guys you could ever meet. Yeah, you'd never guess he's a like former. I mean, it's crazy to think it wasn't that. It was, a few months ago, he was a two-division champion, and now just a few months later, how things change so quickly in all sports, particularly sport like MMA. Another interesting thing as well, Leandro's been training with Renier de Ridder in Holland in preparation for this match, which gives this fight, I think, an extra little bit of spice, an extra bit of intrigue. So this is such an interesting, and they were supposed to fight before. There's so many interesting aspects to this co-main event.
Yeah, with Leandro, I thought Leandro trained out of Hong Kong. Wasn't he over there for a while?
He may have been. I don't think so, but he may have been. I think he gets around. I think.
All right. Was it Shandi? We got about 12 minutes until the first fight starts. The main card, Victoria Lee versus what's the Chinese girl's name? I'm blanking on that right now.
Wang Luping,
Wang Luping. There you go.
who I think's on a three-match win streak. So, I mean, this isn't. I mean, obviously, Victoria Lee she fought Sunisa Saraisen in the first match, who, although she'd come off a win against Ritu Ishige, that was a little bit controversial. It was very, very close. And before that, she lost pretty convincingly to Stamp. So I think the level of opponent for Victoria Lee has gone up more than I would have predicted. I would have predicted maybe another, no disrespect to Sunisa, but another fight that was one of the lower end of the atomweight division. But yeah, this is a good test for her.
Yeah, it is. It is a good test, and like you said, she is the girl that she's facing, Wang. She's battle tested. You know, what I mean, she's faced some decent competition. Victoria, most of her fights have been what in Pancrase, right? I think she was competing mostly over there, so we don't really know her full potential because that first fight, wasn't she sick ahead of that fight, and then something happened too, right?
With Victoria,
Yeah.
I don't think she was sick, but she said she was very nervous,
Mm.
and she said she was disappointed with her performance, even though she won by submission in the second round.
Yeah.
So it's not as if it was an embarrass. Well, she got the win in her debut at 16 years old, and still wasn't 100% happy. But I guess when you come from a family like the Lees, you're chasing perfection and excellence and that every day. So yeah, it's crazy to think she wasn't entirely happy.
It's very it's very scary how how she mirrors her sister in many ways, right? Like especially how she fights and the way she I don't know, the movement is very it's for me looking at her first fight, it looks similar to me like when Angela first came into the to one championship, right? When she first started out as and when you look at Victoria Lee, she seems much bigger. I think she is bigger than Angela Lee right now, and she's only 16 or 17. She's 17 now, but yeah, it's just it's wild how that family just are like cultivating athletes. You know what I mean? Like I guess it's in the
No,
genes.
that and they're martial artists from
Mhm.
4, 3, 4, 5 years old, so they've known nothing else. But what I find amazing about families like this is the fact that not only is she spending so much time in the gym, not only is she so dedicated to improving her art, she spends a lot of time studying. So some
Mhm.
kids that age would be, I don't need education. I'm 16, 17, I've won my first fight, I'm going to be making a living. But no, they still put the hours in their education to get qualifications there as well. I didn't have the brain power to put any effort in at school without a distraction of what the Lees have. So to do what Lees have and watching the Olympics, there's other artists, athletes in a similar boat. That's so impressive.
It is. It is impressive, and a lot of people in the chat they're asking what time the first fight starts in 8 minutes. I'm thinking they're asking about when is Ong fighting. I have no idea. You know, what I mean, it's hard to calculate when the co-main event is going to happen, but most likely it'll probably happen in about 2.5 hours or so, or
Yeah.
2 hours, right? So I guess you guys have to just deal with us for 2.5 hours or 2 hours.
Yeah, about 2.5 hours. Obviously, the pace is quite fast, quite nice and
Yeah.
fast in one. And well, probably yeah, I'd say 2 hours tops because it's the co-main event, not the main event, and we could get some fast finishes.
Yeah, there's always fast finishes in one championship. It's very rare when a card kind of just goes through every fight as a decision. You know what I mean? Because there hasn't only like championship fights where you see like decisions that are ever like really somewhat controversial. That last fight between Ritu and B Nguyen was controversial
Yeah,
somewhat, but other than that, you don't really see too much judging controversy in one championship because there's so many finishes. There's so many fighters that just go in there and then just beat the brakes off each other, right? And so many wars. So, there's a lot of fighters right now in Singapore that's not on this card. So they're fighting. They probably fought already today. They just pre-recorded it.
yeah.
And I'm thinking B Nguyen was there, so she must have
B's
fought
one of them.
somebody,
Yeah, she
right?
competed. I guess at least one or two more Team Mackay guys will be competing. With again, talk about tonight's card. Jeremy Peckham, he makes his one debut. Um,
Oh,
he
that's
was
right.
very impressive in Brave. I'm looking forward to, and they're giving him a tough debut as well, which I think says a lot how much they rate him.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Well, before the fight start, we got about 6 minutes. I wanted to get um Leon's thoughts on this, and it's some breaking news right here, Leon.
Is that
Did
what
you see
sort of
this?
Nick post? Yeah,
Yeah. So if you see this. One championship, the Thai kitten Grace Cleveland joins the Atomweight Grand Prix, and Power Card gets a new date. So let's read through what this says. So Grace Cleveland, she replaces Brazil's Julie Mezabarba against Mengbo in the first round of the 8-woman tournament. The kickboxer Anissa Mexin also has a new opponent, but rest of postponed card is intact. So that's great to hear. Nobody else got pulled from this. So if we skim through what they what's going on is that if you remember Grace Cleveland, she actually was part of Team Fairtex a few years back. So she was training in Thailand in Pattaya with Stamp and that whole team for a while, and then she moved back to Colorado, and she got pregnant, and she actually just had her baby not too long ago, and trained, lost the weight, and then fought, I believe, in a Muay Thai fight, and now she's jumping back into MMA. Man, it's incredible what these women can do. So it's almost like the pressure's on Angela Lee now. You know what I mean? Like Grace just pregnant, lost the weight, and then she's jumping into the Grand Prix. It's instantly. Shout out to Grace, man. She's a great interview. Leon, if you haven't interviewed her yet, you probably will. She's a good, she's always good to talk to. Always lively. Interesting story about her too is that before the pregnancy and all that, she was paralyzed for a little bit. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's wild. Yeah, when you interview her, ask her about all of that, man. It's like pretty wild, like what happened to her. But she came back, man, with all that, and it was great, man. But what do you think of her entering the Grand Prix against Meng Bo?
It's kind of, well, again, this is Ming Bo's third opponent now, which is crazy. And again, from a Grand Prix, we expect it to start probably January, February time. It's now starting in September, which has had part of the reason why Ming Bo's had a third different opponent now. Mm-hmm. Would you be annoyed if you had been Ewan? Obviously, when she beat Ritu Phogat, you'd think naturally she'd replace Ritu in the draw, but then you could argue that the first round was due to be, I think, 3 weeks later, so you could argue that it was too soon for her, so fair enough, bring another opponent. But considering One in Power was postponed in May, I think B may be a little bit annoyed there.
Hey, guess who's here? The man.
Tommy Boy.
What's going on?
How's it going, guys? Nice to see
Tommy. Hey, man, it's been a while, man. It's like all of us, it's been a while. Like we haven't seen each other and spoken with each other. We haven't done one of these together
We
in
haven't
a
seen
bit.
one championship in a while.
Exactly. So it's good to see you guys, speak with you, chat it up, get some banner going on. And Tom, we were just talking about Grace Cleveland stepping into the Grand Prix and replacing the Brazilian against Meng Bo. And Leon was making a good point. It's like B Nguyen, she was there, she beat Ritu. Why didn't they put her in there? And also, they could have just threw Ritu back in there, you know what I mean? Like, but she's fighting tonight, so it's very confusing. But shout outs to Grace, man. She steps in after being pregnant and recovering from that.
Yeah, respect for sure. I would have liked to see B get the spot. I mean, I think she deserved it after beating Ritu, and she's been vocal, that she wants it. And she has a big name. She's one of the bigger names in the division. I think she's the kind of woman that can draw some extra eyes to that tournament, maybe. But I mean, it's going to be fun either way, right?
It is going to be fun. And then just to recap on the matchups, we got Hamsoi versus Denise Zambawanga, Elise Anderson against Isuki Hirata, Stamp Fairtex against Alyona Rasahina. I hope I said that right. But so that's the matchup. And then we got Grace Cleveland versus Meng Bo. So I don't know. I like it. I like the matchups. You know what I mean? It's all very interesting. The only one that I would criticize would be the Stamp Fairtex rematch for some weird reason. You know what I mean? I think you could have put Stamp Fairtex against anybody else. It would have been a better matchup, I think. You know what I mean? Like you could have put Ritu Phogat versus Stamp Fairtex, and it would have been a better fight. You could actually Stamp Fairtex. You could have left her out of the tournament if you really wanted to, because you lost to. What is it? Alana? What's her name? Alana? Yeah. So she lost to Alana. But man, I'm just hoping that it actually starts when they say it's going to start. Because when it's almost like I'm pretty sure the fans are like, these guys been talking about this one Grand Prix for like a year, and then just repeating the same thing over and over and over. And we're sorry about that, but man, what can we do? The Grand Prix hasn't started.
I like the Stamp rematch, honestly. That first fight was a lot of fun, and obviously there was, I don't know if we want to call it controversy necessarily, but there was sort of a question mark at the end there with the submission. I think that fight makes a lot of sense for the first round. And then it'll give us a better sense of, whether Stamp's really, whether that, I mean, it'll give us a sense of who really belongs in the Grand Prix, I think, and I'm glad Stamp is included in this Grand Prix because, she's a bigger name in this division. She's kind of hit a bit of a rough patch. She's lost her kickboxing and Muay Thai titles. This is all she has left now, so the stakes are so high for her on this little MMA journey she's on. I'm so fired up for this, but the caveat being that it actually has to start. You can only be excited for something that isn't starting for so long.
The strange thing is that fight, Stamp, although she lost, there's a little bit of controversy at the end. She looked amazing. So although she lost on paper, that was probably her most impressive performance against a very good opponent, very experienced. And then similar with B. Nguyen, although she won that fight, that was controversial as well. Obviously, B, if you're doing it per round like the UFC, B clearly won that third round. It could have been a 10-8, but Ritu clearly won the first 2 rounds on that stake. So that could have gone either way. So obviously, but neither of them are in the Grand Prix now.
Is the Empower card going to be live? I think it's going to be live. I believe so. Have you heard anything else about it?
I think it's going to be the 10th anniversary show. I think it's going to be 2 parts. The first part's going to be Empower, I believe, and then 2 weeks later, 10th anniversary, the second part.
All right.
Yeah, there's some questions about when this 10th anniversary card is actually going to happen, though, right? I mean, because there was some talk that it should have happened earlier in July or even June because that's when One Championship incorporated, when they actually fully became a company. So there's some debate as to whether they should be celebrating when they became a company or when they promoted their first card, and it sounds like they're still trying to lock down the details there, but I think it's gonna be an awesome card whatever happens.
Yeah, it is gonna be a good card. I'm interested to see how Hamzari does at atom weight, but it's not really atom weight. You know what I mean? Basically, what she's doing is what she did in the UFC is go up a weight class, but it's still called atom weight. And can she handle these bigger girls? Because Denise, man, she's a pretty big, strong atom weight, so to say. And she's a monster, man. I don't know if she could handle that strength. And it's just that age difference too. You know what I mean? Like, I think people are gonna get, the experience, of course, is gonna go to Hamzari, but man, I think this delay is not helping Hamzari at all. I mean, I think a lot of these fighters were ready to fight on that date that they had originally scheduled, and it's just delayed everything. So I don't know, man. I think Denise has a very big chance. I'm gonna pick Ham anyways to win, but I'm saying I think Denise has a huge chance of putting on the biggest upset in the first round and probably the biggest upset of the whole tournament.
Yes, it's a nightmare draw for both of them, really. That both of them, although obviously I think both of them will be 100% confident in their own abilities to not only win that fight, to win the whole Grand Prix, but realistically, both of them have been given the number one contender who would have got a title shot if Angela Lee hadn't got pregnant, against arguably the best and the most experienced atom weight in this Grand Prix.
Yeah, it's a crazy first round matchup. It's the kind of matchup you sort of feel like we would have gotten anyway if they had booked the tournament differently. Those two might have been in the finals.
And that's the other thing as well. Although it's tough, if you want to win this Grand Prix, you've got to beat everyone anyway. So if they're the best 2 ladies in this atomweight Grand Prix, they'd have had to beat the other one anyway. So you may as well get it out of the way.
I wish they would have just done it like how Bellator did it and just had the champion fight in the tournament. It would have been great if Angela Lee was just in the tournament with the belt, and then every round the belt was up for grabs and just had it 5 rounds. I like how Bellator is doing it, man. I like the 5 rounds, and this weekend you're gonna have the finals of the featherweight, $1 million. The title is there, man. It's gonna be a hell of a fight. Yeah, hell of a fight. Are you guys watching? Chatri's on there with Mitch Chilson. They're promoting the hell out of it. Man, Chatri just looks like an Asian Teen Wolf. Like Teen Wolf. Like, why does he look like that? I don't know. But I'm feeling Chatri. Chatri, I'm feeling you on that one, man. You do your thing, and that's your little. I could see him like making a logo of himself. It's like that Asian Teen Wolf. What's up with Aung and his beard, man? He's getting all Grizzly Adam on us.
I think it looks good,
Tom
man.
Taylor look.
I like that look, man. I hadn't seen it, and then I was watching some training footage from Stanford MMA. I'm like, who's that bearded guy? He kind of looks familiar. And then, sure enough, what do you guys think of that fight tonight? His big comeback fight, his rebound fight.
Man,
it's a tough fight, man.
It is
huge fight.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, I think Aung has enough pull to where he could have told one championship, like, hey, give me a warm-up fight, maybe. You know what I mean? Give me someone that I could go in there and probably have a serious advantage over. But he didn't do that, man. He went in there and said, dude, give me the number one guy. Because this guy was supposed to be fighting the Ritter, right, for the title. And Aung stepped up, and basically he's trying to get back into that title race inadvertently somehow. So it's dangerous, man. It's a dangerous fight. But the thing is, like, Aung could still have another setback, but I think he'll be all right. You know what I mean? Like, even Leandro too. You know what I mean? Either guy wins or loses. I think that they're still in a good position in the division, because the division is not too stacked.
It's pretty much just them three. Yeah, they're helped by the fact that the division's not very deep.
It's the Game of Thrones over there, right?
I don't know. If you say if Aung La loses, where does he go from here? Because he would have gone within a matter of months from being a 2-division champion to losing both belts and then losing to Leandro. I mean, where does he go from there? Because he's in a tough spot anyway. Even if he knocks out, even if he gets a KO in the first round, he's not going to get a title shot next, especially after missing weight as well. So he's in such a tough spot. He needs to win. And after missing weight, he could do with winning convincingly. Although Leandro is a tough opponent with amazing jiu-jitsu, who's also known for crazy finishes.
When I talked to Aung La, I guess it was late last week, he mentioned a fight with Yushin Okami as an option if he wins this fight.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's also a good option if he loses. You know, I mean, there are other fights out there with guys that could kind of have a big enough name to make a suitable opponent for him. But yeah, I mean, he needs to win this fight because the list is going to get shorter and shorter if he keeps losing.
Well, that's a good call, actually, because I was thinking before this, his only two real options were Leandro or the trilogy we were looking forward to with Vitaly Bigdash. But yeah.
Oh, that's right. Big Dash.
Yeah, that's a fight we need to see, and that's a fight, win or lose, that's always there for him. A bit like Conor McGregor and the Nate Diaz. That trilogy is always there for him. But he needs to keep winning and maybe hope that someone beats Renier, because at the moment, it's saying that if he beats Leandro and he beats Vitaly, who else has he got to fight apart from for the belt, really? Because he's earned another title shot, but then Renier's going to say, I don't want to fight him again. I've already beaten him twice convincingly.
Yeah.
Well, who's Renier going to fight, though, too? He's going to run into the same problem pretty soon. You know, he may welcome the third fight. And I think that third fight will probably be a lot more competitive still than even the second. You know, second fight, Aung La wasn't preparing for Renier. He was preparing for Big Dash. Totally different matchup, obviously. And he did much better than he did in the first fight. And he did that without any real preparation. So I think if he gets a full camp and, you know, he has all this experience with Renier now, I mean, that's still a competitive fight, I think. You know, maybe shouldn't bet the house on a Renier win in the trilogy fight.
Well, it's a tough sell for Renier because he won the first fight so convincingly. And then even the second fight, although Aung La looked good and he went the full distance, it was still one-sided. So Renier, he can't really do much better. Do you know what I mean? He can only do worse. He could, even if he wins but less convincingly, it doesn't look so good. If he loses, obviously, the first two wins are out the window a little bit. So for him, he's going to need convincing that Aung La deserves a trilogy from his point of view.
For the people asking in the chat about the start time right now, the Victoria Lee Wang Luping fight is about to start. They're showing just a little highlight package, and so I think this is going to be a good fight, man. I think this is a good test. Tom, what are your initial thoughts on this Chinese prospect? We know what we can get out of Victoria Lee, but what about this Chinese prospect, man?
Well, she's a bit of a question mark too. You know, we don't know a ton about Victoria just because she's so young and we've only seen her fight once. She's obviously got the raw talent, but we don't know much beyond that. And I would say it's, you know, more of the same with Wang here. She's comparatively speaking, experience compared to Victoria, but she's still, fairly inexperienced herself. So this is one of those fights where, we're going to watch it. We're going to learn a lot about both of these women very quickly, I think. But I'm definitely picking Victoria.
Yeah, I think I
yeah.
think on the app, I know you guys are not using the app, but on the app, I picked Victoria. I think I'm gonna pick Victoria. Huh?
I used it this morning. Actually, I made my picks this morning.
Okay. So
I've been slacking.
So like, Victoria, she's the type of fighter I'm just gonna pick until she loses. That's the approach I'm taking with her, man. Because she just the Lee family is becoming like the new Gracie family. Like eventually, they're gonna branch off into like different parts and factions, and we're gonna get to see it happen in real time, right? So, I'm gonna support them as much as I can. But the little sprout, that's her nickname. I'm not liking that too much. That doesn't sound too intimidating, right?
No one likes sprouts.
Yeah, nobody likes it. Yeah,
well, maybe that's why it's intimidating,
people. Yeah, I guess so, right?
Yeah, maybe
you don't want to
put like vegetables.
She's like, I'm put my sprouts. Put my sprouts on your face, right, and just tear you apart, right? That's what could be a possibility. So, I'm very intrigued by this because I've never seen this Chinese fighter fight before, and can she go in there and mollywop Victoria Lee and kind of derail the hype train? That's why this fight is the curtain jerker, right? It's the opening fight because we're gonna be able to see, if Victoria Lee could handle this girl. But man, Victoria Lee looked like she's grown bigger since the last fight, which is crazy.
She's probably packing on muscle.
Growing,
yeah. Especially as an athlete too. She's gonna, as she grows up, she's gonna have an easier time packing on muscle and gaining size and strength. So I think she's gonna transform quite a bit over the first few years of her career.
And if we've learned anything from watching Christian Lee, don't underestimate the Lees. How many times I've given up? I assume he's going to win every fight now, whoever it is.
Oh yeah, that's me too. Me too. Like that.
I think Christian Lee's going to find a way to win. He's just unbelievable.
Yeah, he's another fighter that you just got to pick until they lose, right? He's just coming there, and everybody thinks he's gonna. Oh, this is the time. This is the one, and then it's not the one, and then he just crushes them. Man, Victoria Lee looks serious right now, dude. Look like someone took her cookies, right?
Man. This was sort of my question heading into this fight. The first fight, I would say she looked a bit nervous, which was completely expected. It was her first fight, but now that she's done it once, she's gonna have a little more confidence. She's gonna be used to kind of the sensations of walking out to a fight and being in a fight. So I think she looked great in the first fight, but I have to assume she's just going to look that much more confident and, technical and she's just going to put it all together, I think, better here.
Yeah, she's looking ready to go, man. I like this. I like her father. It's kind of crazy, like the father, like daughter dynamic and their like coach fighter. Even father-son dynamic of coach fighter, right? Sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. Remember the whole Sage Northcutt and his father, that didn't work out too well. And then, but with like Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, his father, it works out really well with them. You know what I mean? And you see the Lee family working out really well for them. So it's this is gonna be. I wonder if it's gonna be a finish though. You know what I mean? Are we gonna be able to see more of this from each of them, or is someone gonna go in there and be able to just buzzsaw through someone else? But I think that this fight hits the ground though.
I think Victoria will win by submission, man. I'm with you.
Yeah, she's a finish. You could tell from the first fight she's a finisher. I mean, like Christian Lee as well. Not only is he beating guys, you think, I don't know if he can win this. He's finishing them, and recently quickly. He's wasting no time.
She already looks more comfortable here. Like the first fight, she was sort of just standing around, like she wasn't sure what to do with herself. In the moments before the fight was waved on. Here, she's kind of like stomping around a little bit, getting a feel for the cage.
Whoa, she is she's way taller than this other than Wang. Way taller.
Wang is again though, 3-fight win streak. She's gonna be confident to derail the Lee hype train. You'd think.
At this stage, though, I don't feel like it's derailing a hype train. I mean, Victoria's still 17. She could take 5 losses between now and 21 and still go on to be a champion.
it'd still be huge. Because like we said,
Mhm.
we kind of just expected the Lees to win, even the 17-year-old Victoria Lee, because of what she done in her first fight, because of what Christian's done, because of what Angela's done.
Dude, Victoria looks scary right now, dude. I'm
Man,
serious.
if she loses, all these haters are gonna dump all over her and talk all this trash and completely forget that she's a 17-year-old kid, man.
Just
You just
17
know,
as well.
you just know fight fans are gonna be merciless if she loses, man. But
of course, dude. Especially that she's part of the family too. You know what I mean?
yeah, well, that's why.
Lee. And those haters will come across the pond and just want to dump on her and stuff like that. But man, it's just, I guess, like, her family is a great support system to keep her off that social media. I think that's where you see it the most anyways. I don't think people on the street are going to come up to her and be like, you lost. You know what I mean? Like, that would be just, I don't know. If you're that type of person,
of course they would. They're all keyboard warriors, aren't they?
Yeah.
The Lee family haters are the worst too. The people that just have it in for the Lee family. I mean, you talk to any of these people for any of the Lee family for more than 30 seconds, you're gonna realize these are just the nicest people.
Yeah.
I don't get the hate.
Yeah, they have a lot of their haters, but then I think that kind of shows you're doing something right in life to a certain extent. If you're middle down the road, you're not going to have any haters. If you're doing big things, a lot of it's jealousy as well. People aren't jealous of people that are doing amazing things.
Well, Leon, you must have fucking tremendous amount of haters out there.
I was gonna say, you guys must be
jumping in the chat.
I probably
there's a size difference, man.
Yeah.
Do you see that comment from Michael Owens there that Wang says she has 10 pro fights?
Yeah.
10 pro fights?
I mean, anyone could say they have 10 pro fights. I have 10 pro fights.
Yeah.
Yeah, in China, you could have 80 fights in the first 3 years of your career.
She's so aggressive.
Oh, no!
Rookie mistake.
Yes. They're back up on their feet.
Oh, you can tell she's so much stronger right out of the gate.
Way stronger, dude. Way stronger.
Imagine getting completely out-muscled by a 17-year-old.
Oh, she just got slammed bad. Oh, it's already in the mount, dude. It's buzzsaw, man. This is over already. You could just tell. Oh, and she's going to give up her back, too? No way. Victoria Lee's just so long, too, for, like, the division, you know, already. Like, imagine, like, when she's 20, like, she's just going to be, like, Colby Northcutt at atomweight. Just can't get out of any position.
She looks pretty calm here, too. I mean, she's not...
She's got the neck wrapped up, though.
Yeah, she's...
Uh-oh.
Going for the arm, maybe.
Let's see what we got. No, she's got the seat belt. Oh, she flattened her out. She's got to get her hands loose so she could throw some punches.
Is that arm in? What?
Yeah, it's under.
Yeah.
It's under the arm. Oh, now she's good. She just needs to let go of the choke and just punch her. Just elbow. Just get a TKO.
Yeah, mix it up. You know, you already have the submission. Get the TKO. Next fight, win a decision in a nice war. Yeah. Show us you can do it all. Yeah.
There you go. Grab that position. Uh-oh. There she goes. She got it. She's got the mount. Oh, it's too high.
Yeah, it's much too high.
Yeah, it's too. Oh, now she's got the hooks and it's over.
But at this point, I mean, if her cardio holds up, I think she should be able to do this to Wang for as long as she wants.
Yeah.
On the back, 3 minutes left.
Yeah.
Oh, she's flattened her out. This is not good. Dude, this is not good at all. But she's gotta learn more of that, like, that ground and pound from Christian, because man, Christian just has serious. Okay, here's the mounted triangle attempt. Oh, she's got it, dude. She's got it. It's kind of. I don't know. It's gonna be hard to get out. It's gonna be hard to get out of this one. She might as well just go for the choke now, or the arm bar, right? Try to. Oh, she's trying to cut her right now.
I think she might slip out.
You think so?
Yeah, maybe.
She's trying to.
Yeah. Oh, maybe not. It looks a lot tighter from that angle.
It's getting tighter. She just made the little adjustment right there.
Oh man,
those are some crazy elbows.
Yeah, she's definitely got that killer instinct. She's not
Yeah.
squeamish about making it bloody at all.
Which is weird
They're
because
just gonna go for the armbar.
she's so softly spoken and so
Mm-hmm.
nice. You can't imagine her having a killer instinct like this.
I'm not sure what she's trying to do here.
Yeah. I don't know what she's
Grab an arm.
going for the
Oh, there we
armbar.
go,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's trying to go for the
Yeah, it's
armbar.
just
now.
a weird angle to
That's
attack
a
from.
oh, it's
there we
over,
go,
it's over,
nice.
it's over. Yeah, there you go. Armbar finish, first round. Dude,
Man,
that
she
was
said- I think-
dominant.
I
That
think
was
she
dominant.
predicted a first round submission, man. That's Mystic
Yeah, that's
Victoria,
it.
For real.
Mystic Vic.
Mystic Vic.
Yeah, that was pretty intense, man. Good for her.
Yeah. That was
Look at that
too,
smile.
that was too easy, man.
Yeah, but I think that's a fair challenge. You know, now people are going to say, "Oh, people are giving her cans," but she's
Mhm.
literally 1-0, and you give her someone that's what 3-2 or something like that.
Yeah,
Girl literally
it's-
has 5 times more experience. I mean, what else can you do? You can't
And
just throw her
won
in there
her
with.
last three.
Yeah, you can't just put Victoria in with like Itsuki Hirata or something at this stage. You gotta.
Exactly, yeah.
It's
No,
gonna
they
take.
gotta- They gotta put her against Rika Ishige now.
It's got. I mean, it has to be
Yeah.
Tiny Doll next, man.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the
gotta
only
be.
option. Yeah,
It's
There's
gotta
no
be,
chance
man.
that what happens next.
you don't think so?
Definitely not. She's already gone beyond that. She beat Sinisa, who beat.
Yeah, but Rike's a name.
Exactly. It's a
Yeah,
name.
but I think if she was going to fight her, she needed to fight her in her first 1 or 2 fights. I think already she's moved her way above.
I think until she
I
hits
don't
like
know.
5-0, she's going to be getting girls like this and Rika.
Yeah, she should.
And then if she hits 5-0, she might get, I don't know, Jihin or something like that.
Oh
But I
man,
think-
that's a good matchup right there at 5-0.
Yeah, that I think they're going to build her up pretty nicely. Like and
They should,
something
man.
that rather than keep giving her cans, though, no disrespect to Ichike, but keep just gradually build her up.
Mhm.
So that's why I don't think she'll fight Rika Ichike next.
Tiny Doll's
There's
pretty
nobody-
big.
and there's nobody her size in this division already.
Yeah. What's she saying right now?
She was so sweet in her first interview. She forgot the question at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is Mitch Chilson smoking before each show, dude? Like, we need to find out because he's really happy all the
Yeah,
time.
man, he's nonstop, eh? He's got that dragon
Yeah.
energy.
For real. Dragon blood, right? What's that?
I'd
Tiger
be happy
blood?
all the time if I used to
Tiger.
be in Saved by the Bell.
What's that?
I'd be happy all the time if I used to be in Saved by the Bell.
Was he in Saved by the Bell?
Yeah, Slater.
Ah, he's like
Yeah.
the backdoor
Nicolini.
Slater. He was the stunt double.
I'm just joking, but he's a spitting image of Slater from Saved by the Bell.
All right, so who's Victoria fighting next? What do you guys want to see? I say Rika.
Yeah, why not? Like you
I
said,
think someone
Tom.
I think someone
build her
Norma
up.
Treykov, someone like that, or Antonia, one of those. That I think it's just the next level up now. I think I don't want to rush her, but I think give her some. And she's elite. She's going to want to keep challenging herself and stretching her comfort zone.
That's true. Oh, by the way, guys,
I challenge her more without throwing her in the deep end.
I'm gonna have to jump off this at 10 for like 20 minutes, but then I can jump back on if you guys are still kicking around.
At 10, I don't even know what time that would be.
I think I'm just
11.
12.
Is that
Yeah, I
5
think it's a
minutes?
12-hour difference. No, that's
Oh, so
that's
it's
in a
an
little
hour,
over an
5
hour. Yeah.
We'll be here.
Adam Ahmad said Mitch is cracked up 24/7. He's a weird cookie. Even in regular interview I watched of him, he has this weird energy, very off-putting to have. Come on, man, he's happy. Come on, you can't.
Yeah, he's a positive
What's it-
guy, man.
Yeah.
I see Mitch a lot at the events, and he's just always smiling. He's just
Mhm.
a happy guy, and why not? I mean, he loves his job, so I mean, why not be
He's
happy?
got a great job, man.
Got a great job,
He does.
and he loves it, and he's just passionate about it as well. I'd rather have someone who's passionate about it than someone who just turns up thinking, "Oh, here we go again."
Like Rogan.
They do need to bring in a third guy, I think.
Yeah.
I'll send my CV.
I wish they would hire Dan Hardy.
I was going to say, someone like Dan Hardy would be amazing.
I
I
think
think Dan
that's gonna
Hardy
happen.
or Frank Mir would be
I was
the
going to say, you
two
suggested
leading
Frank Mir
candidates.
as well. That was a good shout as well. But Dan Hardy's already got a connection with one championship now, where Frank Mir, at the moment, there is no connection.
Dan Hardy's got the Asia connection too. He trained kung fu in the mountains in China somewhere when he was like 18 or 19. I mean, I think he's the perfect guy for the job. Yeah, he's got this kind of traditional martial arts background. You should Google it, man. There's like not a lot of information about it, but there's some pictures of him with some monks. Yeah. He went and trained kung fu somewhere.
Is that why he thinks he could yell at the referees?
I guess so, man. You'd expect him to be a little more, measured, having spent some time with monks.
Exactly. He should be like, you see, like this. He should be like that, Hey, what's up with this? How come all these people are getting the one championship gear for free? I see it all the time, like on Twitter, people posting about like, thank you, one championship for the swag. And I'm like
just random fans and stuff.
Yeah. I was like, I'd be seeing it from time to time, man. I was like, damn, one championship doing like that?
Maybe you should ask them, man. Are you jealous? You want some free one championship swag? Is that it?
Nah, I don't want that. I don't care about that stuff.
He wants some.
Nah. I would like the gloves. If they were gonna send me anything, send me some gloves. That's it. Like shirts and stuff, I'm all good. I'm not worried about that stuff. I try to wear the least amount of like fight stuff.
Right.
Already, like I talk about it, eat it, drink it, sleep it all the time. So wearing clothes.
All the one championship and UFC and PFL gear I have is just workout clothes for me. Stuff I wear at the gym. So people think I'm tough, and they don't mess with me.
They're like, look at this guy. I think he's in like the light heavyweight division out there. What's going on?
Yeah, definitely light heavyweight.
Light heavy.
The light heavyweight after a Canadian winter, staying inside and eating garbage all winter and drinking nothing but beer all winter.
Yeah. How was the winter? Was it that cold up there?
Oh man, the winters here are terrible. It's minus 30 most of the time, and it gets dark at like 4:00. It's not the best, man.
I feel it's about plus 30 every day here. It's just
you poor thing. How do you survive?
Sweat in my eyes and it's just
It must be tough, man. I feel so bad for you.
Well, plus 30 degrees. What's that in the other one?
I don't know. We use Celsius over here, so. Yeah, man.
Yeah, America's the only one that uses Fahrenheit.
It's just the States that uses Fahrenheit, which makes no sense. I mean, it's the strangest system.
It is weird, man.
Metric system for the win, man.
Hell yeah.
Use that too.
The Ghost is coming up. Chen.
This is a great matchup as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got Chen in this one, even though
this is a tough matchup, tough debut.
Chen is good, man. I picked Chen too.
I've got Chen for sure, but I'm still mad at him for beating Muhammad Aiman. That guy's my dude.
Aiman, yeah. I've got a cool video of Aiman saying I'm his favourite white guy.
Oh, really? Well, now I'm offended.
My mate lives in Bali. He was out partying and he met him. His video going, Aiman's going, I know Leon, yeah, he's cool and all this.
Yeah.
This is like a couple of years ago.
I wonder if Aiman plans on fighting again. He hasn't fought in a couple of years, I think.
Is he the guy from Bali MMA?
The guy with the long hair.
I'm 5 minutes away from Bali MMA now.
Well, go ask him, man. Go knock on his door and ask him when he's going to fight again. Tell him I'm asking.
Once the Olympics are finished, now I've all sort of settled in here, I'm going to join up and I really want to get it regularly to get into the old jiu-jitsu.
Oh, yeah?
Dude.
Yeah.
We're going to see you in the one championship circle soon?
Yes. Him and Shinya Aoki, grappling special.
As soon as they start the men's atomweight division, I'm there.
You can fight Victoria Lee.
Oh, fuck that.
20-1 underdog.
Yeah.
I don't know though, Leon. I've seen you running in typhoons and stuff. You've been putting in the work.
Yeah.
I think you're ready.
You got that cardio, man. Cardio kills. They always say that.
I've got 0 out of 10 strength, 0 out of 10 flexibility, 10 out of 10 stamina.
That's good. Just run around the circle.
I got an idea. If Leon trains jiu-jitsu religiously, maybe he could challenge the Schmo, because it seems like the Schmo wants to wrestle with somebody for some reason, some charity or something. So maybe you could hook that up and do it in
Yeah,
the
he
one
wanted to.
circle.
He wanted to fight Ariel, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You make do with me.
We need more intermediate fights for sure.
Yeah. Like that's what people want to see.
Oh yeah. On the next BKFC card, they can, instead of the
Yeah.
influencer showdown or whatever, it can be the media showdown.
Exactly, right?
You know, 100% they'll do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
See, like if I fought somebody on BKFC, I wouldn't really worry about it because I'm like already old and I'm not that handsome. So like if I
Get
mess
outta
my
here, man.
face up even more, it's all good because then I look tougher, right? And then I get credentials, credit on the streets of
Yeah. That's what
the
you
MMA
want, right?
streets. Yeah, exactly. So
Well, that's the other thing as well. I'm not worried about that so much, but I'm actually allergic to getting punched in the face.
Really?
Officially, I've got doctors
Yeah.
now and everything.
Yeah. I have that problem too.
hey, I was watching this thing about Bali, Leon, and they're saying that the tourism is non-existent. So now all the places where they actually had tourism in the water, they're actually growing seaweed again in the water. Where they had I was watching the video and everything. I was like tripping out, like damn. And they have like half sunken ships out there, like in the bay, because they haven't used those like apparatuses for so long because the tourism is dead, and it's like cheap as hell. So you're in there right
Man.
at the right time.
That's one of the
Gotta get
benefits
over
of this whole COVID thing, actually. A lot of the natural part of the world have recovered a bit from lack of humans and tourists and all that
Humans,
kind of
man,
thing.
some trash people right there. But guess who else is back? Olivia Cost.
Oh yeah. People don't love him, man. He catches a lot of flack.
Does he? I haven't seen any flack really of him, but I think he's one of the best referees in the game.
I think he's a great ref, but people don't like him because he's so closely affiliated with one. They just assume he's getting paid to influence fights, but I mean his track record is pretty good. It's
very rare.
He's
I
understandable though. Understandable the
even
criticism, you know what I mean? Because when you only ref for one promotion, it is kind of weird because every other referee refs for every promotion, whoever pays them, right? So it is kind of odd, but yeah, he does a good job, man. Because he also does the Muay Thai, and he pretty much refs all the big fights, right?
Yeah.
So whenever you're reffing all the big fights, you're gonna catch some criticism from fans.
Oh yeah.
Can I quickly say as well, I'm backing Jeremy to win this one before it's too late.
Man, you're just trying to ride the coattails of Team Lakai right now. Come on, Leon. Let's be real.
He's looking good, man. He's landing.
Yeah, he's looking good.
He's aggressive,
right hand.
fast.
I mean, this is a tough debut, but I have faith in him.
There's a lot of like Chinese fighters in one that are really good, but they just don't get the big fights, man, for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, during the pandemic, I think it's been hard for them to get fights for Chinese fighters, just getting people out of China, promoting cards in China. It just hasn't been easy for them to engage the Chinese fighters in the Chinese market.
Takedown. Oh, good takedown.
Nice takedown.
Team Nakai going for a takedown.
Kind of looks a bit like the Victoria fight all of a sudden.
Exactly. It is exactly like the Victoria fight. And then
imagine every fight happens that way.
And it's weird, like the Chinese fighter, both of them are Chinese. They both get their back taken. I think we're gonna see an armbar finisher.
Imagine first round too.
Fuck.
And that just continues all the way through the card. Aung La by armbar. Sammy by armbar.
Yeah, they'd be like conspiracy theorists would just come out in droves, right? Like it's fixed.
What do you mean it's fixed? When you want an armbar and a Muay Thai bout?
Exactly.
Oh, shut up, you conspiracies.
No, he broke his arm, right? He broke his arm and he lost. That's what would happen. There was no armbar.
Right, yeah.
Well, what's the other? Isn't there another Muay Thai fight on here? Yeah. No, they're all MMA except for the main event, right?
Main event, yeah.
Gustavo Oh, rear naked.
There was one more, but it got removed, didn't it? The newcomer, featherweight kickboxer, was injured.
Okay, so right now the action is they're rolling around. Jeremy has the back, looking for the choke. He's got the body lock in with the foot tucked in behind the thigh, so it's gonna
I
be
feel
hard
like
for him to get out.
one needs like another camera here, man. They keep giving us bad angles. I want to see this from the front.
Exactly,
I want to see the hand
man.
fighting, you know?
But I think
That is
Olivia
one thing they
Costa is
do, they
blocking
tend-
the view.
They tend to show this from behind, don't they? These
Yeah.
violence on the ground.
Where's the aerial shot?
That's what I'm saying. They're not giving us good angles here.
Yeah. Oh, he's getting out. He's spinning out. Oh, nice
Oh,
work. But he
man.
got
Yeah.
but he kept it. Got the mount.
Scramble City here. This is
Very
fun to
good
watch.
defense, dude. Very good defense.
Oh,
Nice.
so close on that knee.
Now Chen's gonna come back and knock him out.
You think?
I don't know. I picked Chen, so I'm just saying that. But Jeremy is looking really good, man, mixing it up
He's
really
looking great,
well.
man.
But Chen did get out of a
He's-
bad position.
I wonder if he gassed his arms out at all. He's shaking his arms out.
Yeah, he slowed down a little bit. But the thing is,
Gotta
like,
be-
we say
Go
he
ahead.
slowed down, but he's just pretty much pacing himself. But you know, like how we over exaggerate. You know, like, oh, he slowed down, he's tired now, but really he's
Joe
just
Rogan.
He's hurt.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tired.
Man, I can't stand Rogan's commentary. Don't even get me started.
Yeah, I don't listen to it at all ever.
He's terrible, man.
I don't mind it, but I wouldn't. I would. My dream team is Anik, Felder, and DC. I think they're
Yeah,
a good
or
combination.
you can sub Bisping in for DC, but Anik and Felder,
Yeah.
those are the two
Yeah.
crucial parts of the team
they're
for
my
me.
favorite too. Yeah,
Yeah. Felder is
Hey.
the best, man.
I think if you just take Rogan out, if he's not even in the rotation, he's all good, man. You could even take Cruz out if you really wanted to.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Cruz's commentary either. He always just sounds frustrated that he's having to explain this stuff to people, you know? Like he doesn't like how he's having to impart this wisdom.
But
And
it's
he's
good,
biased
like
as well.
it's good with him and DC together though, because they like argue. So it's like
Mhm.
they're trying to one up each other, and then it makes DC like actually be a commentator instead of like be like Joe Rogan's buddy on a podcast. You know, what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I hate the most too.
Oh yeah, man. It just sounds like they're two guys just watching in their living room over a couple of beers. I want analysis, you know?
Exactly, that's what commentators do. You're not fucking doing a fight companion.
he's quite biased here as well. Biased. I mean, they're going to have natural biases towards their friends, teammates. But I prefer it when the commentators make light of that and they go with it. Cruz tends to try and be neutral, but does a bad job at doing it, rather than just having fun with it. And of course, you're going to want your teammate to win, but you know, have fun with it. Rather
DC
than
will tell you straight up that he's biased.
yeah.
But he still gives, I would say, unbiased
Yeah.
commentary. You know, he
Yeah.
still, you know, will acknowledge it when the other guy's doing well or when his guy's not. You know, he'll let you know which guy he's backing, but I think he gives pretty fair commentary all the same.
I like how DC has become like this uncle figure for a lot of the fighters now. It's like
Yeah.
he's the uncle now, like, and he's deserved. It's not Uncle Dana. I hate when people call him Uncle Dana. It's like, why you call him Uncle? That sounds stupid. Like DC's like a real uncle. He's like a double champ. He earned his stripes. You know what I mean? Like a Hall of Famer. Shit.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
sounded
man.
like Uncle Roger when you said Uncle Dana. You know, is it Uncle Roger? I haven't seen him for ages. The Malaysian comedian.
I like him too. Didn't he get robbed or something? Like I heard something happened to him. I don't know, but he's hilarious. Yeah, he's good. But yeah, they do need to get rid of Rogan, man. It's like that just confuses me. Why he's still there.
That's because he's such a big celebrity, man. He's a great guy to have associated with your company.
Well,
yeah,
he's a TikTok. He's like the new TikTok.
Rogan out of the UFC, Dan Hardy into one championship. These are the plays that we need right now.
Exactly. You know, but the thing is, like, the reason why I'll say that because I don't want no one to lose their job, but Rogan doesn't need a job. The dude he's already got I think he's gonna be like a billionaire pretty soon.
Oh, very soon, man. He's killing it.
Which is crazy.
Who's richer, him or Connor?
I think
Rogan
Rogan's
for
richer.
sure, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's been doing it for way longer.
He's not as showy with his wealth, but I mean, he had that Spotify deal. I mean,
he's building a Waco in Texas. You know what I mean? Like he's building a compound down there or something.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, and like
Chen's looking good in this round, I think.
yeah, he's pressuring more.
Yeah, he's pressuring. He's trying to set things up.
Leon, didn't some of the Team Lakai guys test positive for COVID like leading up to this event?
Didn't hear anything.
that-
I know they
was
had
that the
a
last?
bad run of luck with COVID
Yeah.
before the little break, the start of the year, even the end of last year. They just kept testing en route to Singapore. Kept testing positive. It was crazy.
Well, is Philippines not doing a good job of kind of, containing it?
Well, the thing is, though, it's turning out the most positive results are false positive. If with the whole PCR test and the way they do it over 35, most of them aren't really, really positive. They're just false positive. And I feel bad. I mean, I feel bad for if you're in the Olympics, some people are being pulled from their event because they've tested positive. Now, if they've genuinely got COVID, that's fair enough. But if that's a false positive, what a heartbreak. Because the Olympic fight, you can rebook a fight next month, 2 months. The Olympics, it's every 4 years.
Yeah, I can't
Cares
reschedule
about the Olympics, man.
javelin match for 2 weeks from now.
Who cares about the Olympics? Like, I haven't watched any of the Olympics. I haven't watched the Olympics in years.
I will tune in for some events. Yeah, like watching the boxing.
Like the Olympics is like a racket, dude. They're like the mafia, just going around, just taking money from every country and bouncing and leaving.
Yeah,
your ashes there.
That, yeah.
I watched some of the surfing and skateboarding this year. That was fun to watch.
Brilliant.
And that's another thing. I love surfing and skateboarding, and I watch the X Games, like from time to time on YouTube. But breakdancing in the Olympics, come on, that just shows
that's not real, is it?
No, that it's happening, dude. Like they're bringing
this
it
year?
in. I don't know if it's this year. They're bringing it in soon, dude. Like they already approved it. It's like
next tap dancing, Olympic tap dancing.
I'd say the
like
worst.
Air guitar champion.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the worst. Equestrian. How the hell is that in the Olympics?
What is that? I don't even know what that is. What is that?
It's horses. Yeah, I like horse sports. I like going to the track, but I don't think that needs to. Yeah, keep it out of the Olympics. There's a choke here.
Yeah, there is.
It shouldn't be in the Olympics. It's not sport. It's for the 1%. Because who does equestrian apart from the 1%? And on top of that, it means dragging these horses all around the world.
Yeah.
To then have someone sit on them and do all this stuff that isn't natural. And they're bullying.
I don't think I even realized there was equestrian sports in the Olympics.
Well, is it like when they ride around on the horse and they dance on the horse?
Yeah, that.
Okay.
How is that in the Olympics? And
wait,
sports like squash. Squash has never been in the Olympics. And squash is one of the most demanding sports in the world. It is.
Squash is intense. I'm with you.
It makes tennis feel like a stroll in the park physically.
Mm-hmm.
I
used to play squash with my dad, and he would dominate me, man. Squash is hard.
Squash physically is one of the most demanding sports in the world.
We need to get highlight in the Olympics. Have you guys seen that highlight? That sport from Miami.
God. I used to live in Miami, so
really?
I saw it from time to time. I didn't even know that it existed until I moved there.
I mean, it basically doesn't outside of Miami. What a weird sport.
In India, and I went to India too. Like I was just like, what the hell's going on over here? I think India. I'm not for sure. Was that cricket? I get cricket and highlight confused for some reason.
They're pretty much like highlight is like you have this big scoop on your hand, like this woven scoop, and you just
you're scooping ice cream everywhere.
Well, this ball is made out of like goat skin or something, but it's as hard as a rock, and it goes like 180 kilometers an hour or something. Like it's just this ridiculously dangerous game.
I've seen that. Yeah, I didn't know.
It's weird.
Didn't know that. Oh,
yeah.
Didn't know it was cool. It's called High Life. Sounds like something Nick and Ataides would do.
It does.
It is. Yeah. Well, we just got Jeremy just highlight Chen's nuts right now on the screen, so we got a little break right now. Let them relax a little bit. But yeah, like the what is it? The others, there's some weird sports, man. Like
I tell you, I also hate walking.
it's not even sports, dude. It's like
Get rid
you
of
said,
walking.
equestrian. How is that? That's like an elitist sport, dude. Like you don't see kids in the streets of Los Angeles playing.
You know?
Yeah, it's like
there's some sports that only the rich can partake in because you need to have a horse that you can put in a stable. You know, there's stable fees and all this stuff. I mean, you can't just be some poor kid from Chicago or something and get into equestrian. It's just not possible.
No.
Although I guess that's true for a lot of sports. You know, there's always barriers to entry. You can't be a surfer if you live in like Detroit or something.
No more so than equestrian.
You're surfing the sewers. You know what I mean? Like it's not bad.
That was a nice cup check.
Yeah, you seen whatchamacallit, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Those two were in the sewers surfing the waters in that show. You know, like that show is the best, man. I discovered it late. I discovered it like 6 months ago. I knew it existed, but I'm just rolling through it on Netflix, man. It's some of the stuff, dude. It's just like genius writing. Like it's up there with like The Office, dude, but better because it like it ties in like illegal activities. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Office doesn't have that stuff, but
we don't have it on Netflix here, man. That sucks.
You guys, we don't have it here, but I switch it to the UK Netflix, and then they got everything. The UK Netflix is probably the best Netflix on there.
Which show are you talking about?
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Never heard of it.
You gotta watch it, dude.
It's great, man.
It's the best.
Great.
Danny
DeVito comes in after a couple of seasons.
Danny DeVito is crazy. Like that's the best acting his whole career right there. That's best work.
Well, wasn't he in like what was that movie he was in with Arnold?
Twins.
Yeah. Let's not undersell twins here, man.
Now they're back in the action. Everybody, Aung La is gonna be fighting in probably about like an hour or so. So just sit tight, relax, listen to our babble that we're going through, and watch the fights too, man. You guys could go check it on One Championship's YouTube page. So right now Chen and Jeremy, they're back in action after Jeremy highlighted Chen's nuts and Chen got back into normal space. But it looks like Jeremy's winning this fight though, because at the end of that, the second round, it was close, and then Jeremy was able to get Chen to the ground and kind of dominate a little bit of position. But
Chen did well at the beginning of the second round, and here he's doing the same thing again here, trying to cut off the cage.
But Jeremy's scoring with these kicks, and he's a little bit striking a little bit more and landing a little bit
Chen's having a hard time getting in, it looks like.
Yeah.
And he's not throwing, he's moving in like he's trying to set something up, and then he's just not punching. A nice sprawl there though.
Yeah. What do you guys think of what is it? Kim Jae-ung, the featherweight, and the lightweight. They're both at Team Alpha Male right now, training with like Cody Garbrandt and that whole team out there. Like they're learning under Uriah Faber, dude. I think that's a great move for both guys. Looks like both guys have big fights coming up. I've heard things. I've heard some secrets. Yeah, for both guys, and some big fights for them, and that's why they're over there training, getting ready for those fights. So we might hear some stuff in the future.
Just announced this week he started his fight camp.
Oh, that's something.
We started in Australia. I imagine he'll go to Sanford at some point. Although,
definitely.
How many times has he gone to Sanford MMA for a fight camp and then not had a fight?
Yeah, right.
Was it Yuya Wakamatsu who's been training at Sanford MMA?
Yeah, Yuya was just there. Yeah, I think he's back in Japan now, but he was there.
Or is he in Singapore?
Did you see his little speech? It was on Aung La's shoulders, and he gave a thank you speech.
Yeah.
But
I love Yuya, man. He's one of my
championship heading to the US to train.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Well, didn't Colorado just approve the One Championship rule set?
Yeah,
I saw something about that, right?
So, yeah, it was Eric McCracken, or however you say his last name.
McCracken.
He was the one that unearthed that little gem that the Colorado's approved the one rule set.
And he's based out of Canada too, right?
Yeah, he's in BC somewhere on the West Coast.
So very interesting.
I feel like a bit of a minority here, John, as well, covering MMA and not being from Canada.
I don't know why there's so many Canadians covering this sport, but it's I guess it's a good thing.
It is.
There's not a lot of good Canadian fighters these days, though. Is the problem? There's all these people covering it. The local scene is, I mean, it's fine, but it's not as good as it used to be. That's for sure.
I think it just shows you how passionate Canadians are for fighting. You know what I mean? Like if a lot of guys are covering it and covering at a high level, it probably shows you like the market is there. It's just you don't have the fighters. That's the thing. You
Yeah.
need fighters, right?
But you know what? Well, I know I'm not a patriotic guy, really, man. I could give a shit if you're from Canada or not. You know, I like fighters based on, you know, the way they fight, the way they comport themselves outside the cage. I don't really care if you're Canadian or I don't care where you're from.
My favorite Canadian fighter is Tanner Boser.
Yeah, he's fun, man. I like that guy.
He's the best.
He's got the great personality too.
Exactly.
Great hair.
Yeah, and he'll call people out on stuff. I like that too. Like he's funny.
We found that out in that press conference recently.
Yeah.
Nice.
Found that out the hard way.
Chen's getting some good lands here.
Yeah, Jeremy's firing back though too, man.
Yeah.
Jeremy's
Chen's
doing a
actually
good job.
found his range here. Yeah.
That uppercut.
I think it missed, but damn, that was close.
Yeah, that was close.
He's been setting that uppercut up the whole fight and hasn't really thrown it.
That's that Derek Lewis uppercut.
Yeah. Yeah, Derek Lewis shoots that thing from the hip, man. Like, so much weight behind it.
Yeah. Yeah, for real. Like, I don't know. Jeremy
that was
with
nice.
a nice little shot.
Both these guys have got a nice chins on them.
Jeremy, man, he got good cardio, dude, because he's been moving around a lot throughout this whole fight.
Yeah, great footwork, too.
Yeah, it's kind of like similar to like a Carlos Condit style.
Yeah, he's getting a little sloppy with the footwork here.
Oh man, damn, yeah. Chen was Chen was firing back, but that's too late, man. It's too late.
I would say that was a close fight, but yeah, Jeremy definitely, I think, won.
Chen needed to turn it up much faster than that. But
I think he was trying, but he just couldn't get in.
Yeah, he couldn't.
The footwork was too slick. The kicks.
Because every time he get in, Jeremy would dip under and get the takedown. So
Jeremy's head move was
lighting up the legs too every time he tried to come in. He tried to do the no look at the end
there. Yeah. I like that. This is Jeremy's debut, right, Leon?
Debut, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he looked good, man.
He pretty much went unbeaten in Brave. I think he lost one, but that was very controversial. Most people.
I can't wait for the other guy that was fighting. That was the champion in Brave. What was his name?
Stephen Loman.
Oh man, that guy's good. He's good. Like I can't wait to see him compete.
And you've also got Mark Sangal's son as well, who's about 18. Just signed with one as well.
Oh yeah, huh? Maybe he should fight Victoria. Let's see whose family's better. Come on, let's get it on. Let's see the decision.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
That
was a good fight, man. I like that one.
Good. Big win. That's a big for. Get that in your good scalp. Get in your debut.
Gets revenge for Iman, even though they're not affiliated at all.
Yeah. He's gonna shout him out in the post-fight interview.
Oh, for sure.
What is it? Was that bantamweight or featherweight?
Bantamweight,
yeah.
See, Team McCart's got quite a good next generation coming through now.
Yeah, man.
I mean, obviously, we've got the Kevin Bellingham, the Edward Fulliangs, the older guys. We've got, obviously, Joshua Pasha, champion, Stephen Loman, as we said, Mark Sangal's son.
We can all sort of agree that Edward, as amazing as he is kind of, on the way out. His best years are behind him. But, I mean, what's the verdict on Kevin? I kind of feel like Kevin still has some good years left.
It's been long since we saw him, whereas Edward's been fighting so regularly.
Mm-hmm. Kevin has had some, he's taken some damage. The Lineker fight, obviously the wars with Bibiano Fernandez, he got tagged in a number of those fights. But I feel like he's never like upside.
But it was never like a terrible beatdown though. You know what I mean? Like he got clipped a lot of times, and he was knocked out, of course, in his fight against Lineker, but not like he went like a 5-round war. Like a Robbie Lawler Roy McDonald type fight, where it just changes you somewhat. So I
Man.
agree with you, man. I think Battleground, I think this time off is actually really going to be good for him
Yeah,
to
for
just
sure.
kind of regroup and just train and just not really have a fight, lined up and focus on himself and help his teammates out. I think a lot of fighters get really good doing that, man. They get to see the sport from a different lens when they're doing that.
Yeah.
It's like as a main training partner for a lot of the fights. So,
Man, it's too bad
Boots,
that
yeah.
one couldn't figure it out with Lee Kai Wen, because him and Kevin Bellingon and John Lineker, you can match those three guys up forever. Just the three of them, man. I would love to see those fights.
Yeah, those are good, man. Those are good fights. With Lee Kai Wen, I think he's gonna fight on Contender Series.
Yeah, but it's just a
that's
shame.
crazy. In fact, he hasn't been signed up properly. The fact he's going to have to go through condensers. Imagine if he loses or wins but doesn't get signed. He's kind of, but obviously he'll never fight on one ever again.
No, it doesn't matter though, because he's part of the UFC Academy in Shanghai. So if he loses his Contender Series fight, he just goes back to UFC Academy, trains, and he gets another Contender Series fight. So
I guess plus he's going to take a pretty mighty opponent to beat him.
Yeah, Lee Kai Wen is good, so we'll see. I don't know, man. This fight, what do you think, man? Lee Heqin, when's the last time she fought?
I think it was like 2019, man. It was a long time ago.
Exactly, man. So
she fought once and won, hasn't she?
It was the beginning of 2019, yeah.
And who was that against?
That was against Jo Marie Torres.
Oh,
which
man.
Is really that's like really her only good win too.
And that's not even a good win. To be
honest, I know. And she's lost to Mallory Martin and Meng Bo. So those are good,
those are good fighters right there.
Those are if you're gonna lose to anybody, those are solid fighters to lose to. But you look at her record and the wins. I'm looking at the records of the women she's beaten: 0-3, 0-1, 0-2, 0-1, 0-3. Man, she has been fighting cans. I wish I had looked at this before I picked her.
No, I picked Ritu in this fight. Yeah,
I picked her because I remember the Jo Marie Torres fight, and she looked great in that fight. But
good in that fight.
But
where's Jo Marie Torres now though? Like, she's not even mentioned anymore, right? At all.
Renee Catalan, isn't she, in the Philippines?
She's in the
Is
Philippines.
it too late to change my pick on Fanatics?
I don't know. I don't think so. Go ahead. Go see if you can.
I'm doing it, man.
See, Jo Marie Torres, she's on that verge of being within Victoria Lee's sights.
I changed my
pick. She's kind of on the stepping ladder, I think.
Let me see my pick. I don't even know what pick I have.
Yeah, Jo Marie Torres, someone like that would make sense for Victoria.
If really, again, if you look at who Ritu Phogat fought and won, if Victoria kind of followed some of her opponents, that'd be a good route, I think.
Yeah, well said.
Because Ritu Phogat's had a very nice introduction. Not just very good, I think. No, not real cans, but not the best. Just a nice, steadily improvement of opponents until she got to B, which I thought was the perfect next step up at that time, which proved right because overall that was a very, very close fight.
Okay, let's just put her against Rome Trinidad. I think that's a solid.
Then, I don't know if she's going to fight again. She left the job as modelling to fight. She lost to, I think it was Priscilla.
So did Nick. Nick left the job of modeling to pursue journalism, and he could always go back. So what can you do?
I see, but she hasn't fought for over at least 2 years. And in the last fight, she lost.
Yeah, she got smashed in her last fight, dude. I think it was pretty bad.
Priscilla Lumbangal or whatever her name is would be another good fight for Victoria sometime in the next year or two.
Yeah, I think maybe if she got 1 or 2 more wins, because she's not quite on the level as atomweight competitors, but I mean, I think it was 2019. She fought 6 times and won 5 times.
Right.
So she's that kind of level just below the top girls in the division.
Yeah, that's where Victoria needs to be right now.
Like when they compare Ritu Phogat to Khabib, I think like that's one of the most ridiculous things in the world. Like what?
You just can't. Why? I mean, you can't just like compare every good grappler to other good grapplers. I mean, there's so many nuances and subtleties. She has nothing in common with Khabib. I mean, they don't even fight the same way.
And then they do it in like every country, even in Korea, dude. Like on the local scene, if one dude is like using like any kind of cage wrestling and then like ties up both legs with their legs, and then
But-
and wrist control. They're like, oh, he's the Korean Habib.
This has always happened though, you know, and it's not just Khabib. But think about how many times we've heard somebody's the next Anderson Silva or the next Conor McGregor. You know,
yeah,
it's always going to happen. You know, 5 or 6 years from now, we'll be hearing someone's the next Sean O'Malley or the next, you know, whatever.
The next
I've
Nick
actually
Atkins.
The next Ritu, yeah.
Who's the next Nick Atkins? That's what I want to know. I want to know where Nick is right now. Like,
That's a good question. I was gonna ask.
He's watching this. He's probably watching us right now, just like
Probably, yeah.
angry. Like he's probably at the pub with a pint.
Nick at the pub with a pint? No, I don't believe that.
No, I don't think
no
so.
chance.
He's working his ass off right now.
No,
he's in that Olympic grind. He's in that Olympic grind.
The pub is definitely a safe bet, though.
Yeah.
The Olympic grind from the pub with a pint.
Yeah. With
typing with one hand, drinking with another.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'll be surprised if Ritu loses this fight.
Yeah,
it'd be interesting if this is competitive, how her cardio holds up, because really that's what cost her the fight against B. She was winning the first 2 rounds fairly comfortably, and then completely and utterly gassed in that third round.
If Ritu wins this fight too, that's just a bonus for B, because then she's, you know, the better Ritu looks, the better B looks.
Yeah.
I think B did deserve that Grand Prix spot, man.
Yeah.
And all of her fights are fun too.
And B fought today because she's in Singapore. So
I think they fight after these.
Really, that late?
Before, it'd be in the daytime.
It's before? Okay, yeah.
Damn.
Apparently, like, nobody is allowed in this time too. They've tightened the security even more.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, one PR doesn't even know who's winning these fights at this point.
Jesus Christ, because that stuff starts to leak out easy, dude.
Yeah, there've been a couple.
They've done a pretty good job up until the last break of keeping. I mean, I knew 1 or 2.
Yeah.
But at first, I wanted to find out. The little boy in me wanted to find out what the results ASAP.
It's like trying to peek into your Christmas presents.
Yeah. And then after a little while, I just thought, you know what? I'd rather just watch the fights, not know.
Yeah, I've known the result of 2 fights so far, and it just sucks all the excitement out of the fight. I'd rather not know, you know?
Exactly. But yeah, I think if Li can, if she can keep the distance and just kind of like make this a boring fight from distance, just leg kicks and jabs and stuff like that, then she could win this fight. But I don't know. I don't see her like Ritu outstriking her.
Oh, no way. This could be a bad fight, man. There's a chance this will be a bad fight.
Yeah.
Because the thing each woman needs to do to win is not pretty. Like you said, Heqin has to keep the distance, you know, jabs, leg kicks, kind of point fight. And obviously we know what Ritu needs to do to win.
Yeah, but Ritu, if she gets it to the ground, then she'll have a better chance of finishing the fight.
Yeah,
see, like she shouldn't try to kick to the body as much, because that's just like allowing her. You see, those are good. Those kicks to the calf, kicks to the lower thigh, inner
Ritu's
thigh.
just coming in with these big overhands too, man. Those are not going to work.
And she just needs to lock up, clinch up. Don't tell me her coaches told her like, yeah, you could go in there and outstrike her. It's no problem.
Ritu.
Yeah, I don't know if that.
I doubt it. I especially coming off the B win, she's going to just play to her strengths, do whatever she can to get the win. You'd think.
Look at her throwing this overhand with literally no setup. She's thrown it 4 or 5 times now and has never set it up.
She's faking the level change. That's about it.
Yeah.
But Lin, she's doing really good right now, man. She's doing exactly what we were saying. Like, use the jab, keep distance.
She's got a massive height advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to make her easy to take down.
But she needs to get away from that cage, though.
Is that going to make it easier? It's going to make it more difficult for Ritu to close the distance, isn't it? To get close enough to get the takedown.
Yeah, I guess this,
Oh, there you go.
Let's see how it goes here. Yeah.
Oh, dude, she got the hands locked already. Dude. You got to go to the single leg, man. Like MMA, I think single legs are much more effective than these double legs.
He says that a lot, doesn't he? He says
it sort of depends where you are in the cage If you're in the middle of the cage, a blast double can be just the ticket, but obviously it has a lower success rate.
But on the cage, if you like switch from a double to the single, and transition well enough, you could just slide them down like real softly. You've seen a lot of guys do it.
Man, I still don't know anything about grappling technique. I know the basics, but it just makes my head spin, man. The subtleties and the nuances of jiu-jitsu and wrestling.
You know what? You know how you learn it is just go on YouTube and just watch the instructionals.
Yeah, I've
like
done
those
that
like
before. For sure.
2-minute instructionals about like, okay, this is what you do if you want a double leg along the fence. You watch those and you start seeing certain guys doing it during the fight, and you're like, oh, okay, that actually works. Like shit like that.
I did jiu-jitsu for a while. I used to work at a gym here, and I did a lot of Muay Thai and stuff. I really enjoyed it, and I tried to learn jiu-jitsu, and I just found like I don't have the brain for it, man. Like these jiu-jitsu guys are always like 5 or 6 steps ahead of you,
Yeah. If you get in there with a guy that's just so smooth,
my brain doesn't work that way, man. I can't like set traps and think ahead like that. I'm just constantly just flying by the seat of my pants, man.
But another thing about jiu-jitsu that's like fun and cool in a way. Oh shit, dude, she's in a bad position right there. She's trying to go for some weird like armbar thing.
It's like a twister almost.
Yeah. Oh, dude, she's almost sliding up into the mount position. Lin is. She looked like she almost got the back too. Oh.
Yeah, she's attacking the arm too. This is
this headlock
got
position.
The headlock.
Yeah, this headlock position is like, I guess if you can do it, but man, it's weird. Like you never see the men using it at all. Like it's like 0.3% of fights ever have a headlock in it.
Yeah.
Lynn is doing pretty good though. She just needs to pop her head out.
She loves it, doesn't she?
Oh, there she is. She's back up. Now I don't know, man. You guys talk about the cardio, dude.
That's what happened.
Already looking gassed, man. What are these punches she's throwing, man?
Oh, dude, you're right. It's just the overhand right.
And just this big looping hook she just tried to set up.
Maybe
they were right for not putting her in the Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Well, really, on paper, both of these could have been. I mean, Lynn was in the top 5 in the rankings.
Yeah, I think the Grand Prix was announced. I think that's why she's not in the Grand Prix, though, is just that she hasn't fought in forever. There's just too many questions after a layoff like that, It's a hard sell. Oh, did you see an uppercut in there?
Lynn is doing really good, man, on the feet right now. Yeah, the
uppercut.
She's getting really
shouldn't have changed my pick.
Oh, yeah, I picked Ritu also. I convinced you to pick the wrong one.
I looked at Lynn's record and I was like, damn, that's a lot of zeros in the
Also, it's I think 11 straight wins though. So even if they are counts, you still got to beat the person in front of you, and that does give you confidence.
Okay. Now,
I still back Ritu as well though.
Lynn is definitely won that round, right?
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
But I don't know definitely because. What's her name did take her to the ground and put her in the dominant position.
She had a lot of
and went for the submission too.
Yeah, it was a close round. I guess they both kind of played to their strengths in that round.
Yeah,
but I feel like Lynn did more damage. She landed a lot.
Yeah. Man, she just.
I'd give the ace to Ritu, but has it come at a cost of affecting a gas tank in the long run?
Mm-hmm.
Like it did in last hour.
And that's worrying if her cardio is that bad that she's tired after one round. It wasn't even that crazy of a round.
And it's not like she only had to travel like 15 minutes down the road. You know what I mean? Like she trades in Singapore. She lives there.
Right.
But let's be honest, right? Singapore is not like this massive fight team or anything like that, right? It's a collection.
Pretty solid gym Evolve. I mean, especially for her to improve her striking. You've got some of the best Muay Thai fighters in the world there.
Yeah, but you need an MMA coach that's gonna be able to mix the striking that you learn with the MMA, with the wrestling. So, and that takes time, man. man, Ritu's just not. She just can't close the distance, dude.
Yeah, she'd probably benefit from getting some new looks training somewhere else, like literally anywhere
Exactly.
else. And that's not a knock on Evolve. I mean, it's a good facility and everything, but I think it's so crucial for fighters to travel around a bit now and just get some new looks at new gyms.
No, that is a knock on Evolve. I'm saying it is because who does she train with?
Oh, there are good people there for sure. I mean, there's constantly new people coming in. And
Yeah, but like, of course they have people that represent Evolve, but there's not many of them that
They
are
do
like
have like the
training there.
Samay's there, Nongo's there from the Muay Thai background.
Yeah, but
They've
I
got a
don't
few-
think those guys are training with her though. I
yeah, there
doubt it.
wouldn't be much point, I guess.
not training with her, but they coach there. They coach. They're not. They coach as
Yeah,
well.
she got a takedown there.
So
Yeah,
they
that's what we want.
might be helping her with her striking.
Oh, possibly. Yeah. Most likely they are trying to help her, but
They wouldn't
think-
be actually training with her.
yeah, I think
So
that she would benefit more from a boxing coach.
Yeah,
the style
and
that
if
she has.
she could go to AKA or something like that,
Yeah,
where
she
they
needs
turn
to
a
have,
bunch
like,
of
a guy.
wrestlers into punchers.
Also,
Exactly.
she's got there as well. Jiang Jingnan is involved now.
Mm-hmm.
Weight class
Oh, that's
above,
right.
obviously. They've become pretty close friends. So I imagine they train together a lot.
Oh, that's right.
She's
That's
also
right.
got the Brazilian. I forget her name now, but they're very close as well. She's also strawweight as well. So
I just heard just like really mixed results on like people that have trained there or that have coached there about
Right.
like the whole situation because it's like a revolving door, man. When you have a revolving door, that's not a good sign.
it's been tough there as well. I think like it has with everywhere with restrictions recently. There's long periods when they weren't allowed to do any grappling, which may have benefited her because obviously that's her strength.
There you go.
She may have
Get
actually
those knees
concentrated
in there. Get those knees in there. Now she's doing really well.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Ritu we want to see.
Yeah, I'm glad I picked her now.
Flip it and flop it. That's what we got here.
Oh man,
Oh, toes in the cage. Come on. We don't need that.
come on, ref.
There, she's
She
got
just goes
full
right back
toes.
to it.
Yeah.
She's literally wall walking with her toes, man. It's not a ladder. Come on.
She can do pull-ups with her toes on.
Why is he not stopping this?
Oh, no.
Oh my god,
She's
man.
Dang, she's got some kind of weird, like it's not even a triangle, just like a
Yeah, I
like
don't
a
think she's
scissor
threatening
lock.
with that. Yeah, I don't think
it's
there's
not.
a
It's
choke
not a
there.
triangle. It's a scissor lock type thing, like just squeezing her head.
And she set that up with the toes, man.
Yeah, the toes, dude.
Who's the ref here? Is this Olivier or?
Oh, that's Suleiman, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because he was not on the ball at all with the cage
No,
grabs
because
there, man.
Olivia would have been all over those toes.
Yeah,
He would have been smelling.
all over those toes, man.
Olivia all over those toes. Cost.
Exactly. No, he's like a to me he's like kind of like a Big John McCarthy type referee. Where
Yeah,
he's
he's
just
like the authority figure, you know.
exactly
No nonsense.
exactly.
Yeah.
You know, I remember I've only had one experience with Olivia Cost and not a good one.
No?
Really?
Was he all over
No,
your
no.
toes?
He was all over my nuts. That's what it was.
Oh man.
Not the toes. No, I'm just kidding. No. It was at like a Full Metal Dojo and I was like sitting somewhere and he's just like, you can't be here. And I was like, dude, are you security or like what are you doing? You're the referee, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah, like a
I
one
was like,
he
I'm
kind of oversees everything cage side. He's very
Yeah, it's
hands-on.
weird. It's weird. Like, come on, dude, chill out. This is Full Metal Dojo. We're in a fucking nightclub.
Yeah, you can get into the cage if you want, man. Or the ring.
Exactly, man. Like, you want me to referee you want me to referee the next fight that you're gonna jump in? Come on, dude. Chill out. Like, let's chill.
Talking about what's up with bare knuckle fighting championship with people. It seems like every fight someone gets in the ring from the crowd.
I know.
Yeah,
I think
that's
they
just-
love it, man. They must encourage it. You get a free T-shirt if you punch one of the fighters.
Yeah, they want you to start that, you know, because then no one can be blamed. They just be like, oh, it's just a wild fan.
And
It's
then
virtually every card at least once, isn't it?
and it guarantees
someone's-
that event goes viral too. You know, every card they're getting kind of some mainstream exposure because
Hey,
you know they're
The
ahead.
people, you guys are in the chat. We appreciate you. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. It's right there. It's easy. Hit it. Subscribe. Hit the like button. hit the dislike button, hit the neutral button, whatever button you want to hit. Just hit the buttons right there and help us out. We love you guys. Ung is going to be fighting in probably about 15 minutes or so, right? I think, no, in about a half hour. Yeah, it's about a half hour from now. So just sit tight, guys. Ung is coming.
Yeah, I'm gonna dip away for the Gustavo Ballart fight. Nothing against him, and then I'll be back for Aung La.
All good.
Why don't you people watch it and tell us who you're picking? In the Aung La fight. I'm guessing everybody's picking Aung La. I'll be shocked if anyone from Myanmar is not picking Aung La.
I haven't seen many comments fly by that haven't been Burmese.
Yeah.
No, there's
Burmese
people.
in the
There's
house.
people in there.
They show up, man.
Yeah. Burma in the house. I'm trying to go to Burma, man. I'm trying to visit.
Oh, me too, man.
Burma as ASAP, like whenever I can.
Watch some Letway in Burma.
Yeah, I want to see Aung La in Burma. I want to experience that energy. Leon, you've been there, right? You were there in Aung La? Never.
I really want to go. No.
A couple of things need to change before any of us go there.
I don't think we'll be going there anytime soon.
Aung La's not coming to this channel. No, he's not coming. He was on this channel. He's a little busy right now. He's about to fight, so he's probably in the back warming up with Henry Hoof, and
they're probably talking about us though. At least you know.
Yeah,
I wish I could be on the show.
Aung La is watching this right now. Like, you know, he's
probably so bummed out he has to fight instead of coming on this show.
Exactly, man.
They've got two screens in the arena. One's of the fight, and the other is of us talking about the fights.
We're the alternative commentary crew.
Official.
Unofficial for the one championship.
Well, you know how BKFC and the UFC or Contender Series were doing that for a while. Like you get the main commentary, or you could get like the idiots talking about it. We could be those idiots for one championship.
Exactly.
They need to sign us and get us to do the.
What are you doing? Like, get on the
Chatri,
ball.
Where you
at?
It. Open the checkbook, Chatri.
Who else can we call out? Bashir. Call out Rick
gang,
Audie, Matt Hume. Call them all out. Like, you guys got to get on the ball. Hire us. Tammy Chan, exactly. Who's the one that from Thailand? Leon Kwang. Yeah, call her out. You know what I mean? Like, get him on the ball. Sign us up. You know, we'll sign an exclusive deal for like the next 15 years.
We'll just talk shit.
Sign our lives away.
Yeah, we have no limitations on here.
It's a free for all.
We got some. Yeah, we'll just throw some comments up here. I don't know what they say, but it's all good. But I know what this means. Yeah, you're supporting the guy.
Go. Yeah,
there you go. Supporting the guy. I hope your language is good. You know, like no like vulgar. Dirty language, please. Nothing.
Keep
vulgar.
it PG. There are children watching.
Exactly. There's a lot of children watching this channel.
Like Nick.
Yeah, Sasha, come on, buddy. Kine, we see you. All right, hey, Ritu's coming back, man. We made the right pick.
I'm glad I picked Ritu. I knew all along. My confidence in her never wavered for a second.
we were like off the trade in the first round. Let's.
Oh man, I would have been changing my Fanatics pick every 30 seconds there if I could have.
Yeah. She's doing really well, man. She made the adjustments. She's like, okay, I got to get her to the ground because that striking ain't working out. But yeah, get those knees in there.
There you go. Yeah. She might get a finish here, man. There's time.
I find some fighters are a little hesitant with knees to a downed opponent.
I think they forget.
They can potentially be so brutal. I think some fighters just edge away from them a little bit.
Yeah, and it's just as easy as throwing punches, and you don't, destroy the person you're fighting quite as much. I understand that if you have even, a little bit of heart, you might refrain from throwing that knee on the ground.
While other fighters have no issue with it at all.
Yeah, like DJ, man, he loved it, eh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
To be fair though, he lived by the sword, died by the sword.
That's it, man. Yeah,
Even afterwards, he said, "I still like that rule."
Yeah, I think it's a great rule. We love Myanmar too.
Yeah, of course,
I'm a bit like sometimes like say, "Oh, that's brutal."
But you know what? A knee on the ground is. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think for the reason it's allowed, I like it. The fact it stops stalling, keeps the fight moving. I'm all for it.
And a knee on the ground, I would say, is much less brutal than a flying knee or something like that. You know, like a jump knee, it does way more damage, I would say, than a knee.
What about a
on the ground.
flying knee on the ground?
How would you even do that?
Like they're like laying there, and then you just flying knee them to the ground. Like
Should
that
like
would
jump
be
into the
brutal.
air off the
Yeah,
ground?
exactly. Like
Yeah.
straight, like some
That'd be
like
pretty sweet.
Ultimate Warrior type.
Man, they're
Hulk
getting in
Hogan
some
move.
weird positions in this fight.
For real. This is jiu-jitsu.
It's almost yoga, isn't it? It's like
Yeah.
Yeah, Leon should know. He's doing all
Yeah,
that
I need
flying
yoga.
yoga
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
Is
I
that
bet
your
you-
martial arts base, Leon? Yoga, when you
Exactly.
sign with one championship?
Yeah.
He has a yoga background.
Dollism. There's like Leon Dollism Jennings.
I need to get Joshua Fabia. I need to get his phone number to
Oh yeah.
train me.
Get that. What did he call it again? Self-awareness. That was the school of
Self-awareness.
self-awareness. For a guy preaching self-awareness, he wasn't very self-aware.
I want to
Yeah.
start a podcast with Joshua Fabia for real. Like this is something that I want to pitch to him because I've had some back and forth with him like on like the DMs because whenever he was working with Diego Sanchez, like I was gonna interview Diego Sanchez, but that just never panned out for some reason. But
Yeah,
yeah, I
it'd be
have some
great
back
to-
and forth with him. But you know what I would call the podcast?
Let's hear it.
Dana White privilege. And then I would have him as my co-host,
Man,
and I would just feed him like what was it? The setup lines just for him to like just go on
Yeah.
a rant, and I just fucking listen to him just go
Man,
crazy.
I want to see a podcast with like all of the weirdest characters in MMA. You know, I want Joshua Fabia, Tony Ferguson, Tito Ortiz, all these guys on one podcast just talking. And you can imagine the things they would say and the things they would come up with.
It would be like the MMA beat, but for like the opposites.
Yeah,
The
MMA
opposite
deadbeat.
spectrum. Yeah, the MMA deadbeat.
Ritu gets it done. All right, guys,
there you
I got to
go.
jump off for a minute.
All right,
I'll
man.
be back shortly.
We'll
I'll
see.
see you in a bit.
All right. Now, yeah, everybody in the chat, make sure you guys hit that subscribe. Aung La should be up in about 30 minutes. I know a lot of you guys are hyped for this. We're all hyped for it. Leon, how hyped are you? You look like you're in the black hole.
Yeah, how's it looking behind me? Because my screen's a bit messed up at the moment. I can't really see what it looks like. Yeah, I'm pumped.
Yeah, we're pumped, man. It's they
It's
got a
such
new
good matchup.
sponsor. Wholesome. What is that? Is it SIM
that?
cards or something? One Battleground presented by Wholesome. Holcim. I don't know. Leon, did you get to watch The Apprentice? Any of it? Because I haven't been able to
I watched
find
the
it
first
anymore.
half. I've watched
Oh,
about the
you
first
did?
7 episodes.
Oh, are they?
But what happened? Because it's supposed to go worldwide in June, but then
Did it? I don't know.
it launched in Asia in April, and the big thing was it was gonna go global in June. But then it was all like lots of talk, lots of hype in April time, but then went a bit quiet.
Yeah, it's just I would like to watch it. You know what I mean? But it's just accessing.
There's one
things.
episode it had a Korean vegan theme.
Really?
It had a Korean theme and a fake meat theme, sort of all rolled into one. So I thought me and John's worlds coming together.
Exactly. Well, like if you go to the right spots, there's a lot of vegan style food in Korea. Just got to be careful. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you get vegan dog there?
I don't know.
You get a vegan chicken and vegan pork here. And it's
Yeah.
amazing. I'm in vegan heaven here.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it, man. I'm pretty sure, like, and it's probably so like empty everything. So wherever you go, it's just like you're the king.
I'm used to that. So who are you backing for the co-main event?
I think I got Aung La, man. I got Aung La. I think he has that fire. I think it's gonna be a close fight though. I don't think like it's gonna be an easy fight for either guy. I think they're gonna go at it. It's gonna be tough, man. Because it all depends on Leandro. I think we know what Aung's gonna do. It's just Leandro. Is he gonna come out and try to clinch with him and try to wrestle him, or is he gonna come out and try to bang with them like he normally does, right? If he comes out and bangs with them, then it's gonna be a fun fight to watch. But if he tries to go and clinch and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure Aung is prepared for that, but it's not what like a fan friendly approach to the fight.
He's got the BJ. He's got dangerous BJJ, but he said he's not gonna. He's gonna stand and bang. Which then you think but is he just saying that?
Exactly.
He always tends to fight like that, so you could quite believe it. But then, obviously, it wouldn't be the first fighter to sort of give a false promise about his tactics.
Well, the thing is, like, you and me, we interview fighters, and as a fighter, you could pretty much say anything you want in an interview, because it's not like they're fact checking. Because a lot of the stuff that you're talking about is stuff that is not determined yet, which is, so you could say pretty much anything. Like if someone asks you, like, what do you see happening in this fight? You could say like you could say anything you want, man. You could say, that's the thing with fighters. Like I think a lot of fighters don't realize that you could say whatever you want. It doesn't matter because it's going to be the headline, but really no one can determine what happens.
Yeah, I don't think fighters take too much notice of what their opponents say in interviews leading up to the fight, because again, you could just, it doesn't really mean anything. You don't know how honest they're being. Half the time,
selling the fight.
They are being honest. Yeah, half the time they're selling the fight. Then they're also sometimes they're just bluffing. So there's no point really taking anything face value. What the opponent says.
You like I always look at it like this. Like I try to get, there's some questions I give that are like open-ended questions, so where the fighter can take it wherever they want to take it, and it's interesting to see how some fighters approach some questions. But yeah, man, like you could say whatever you want. You could be like, oh, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna use my uppercuts, to close the distance. You can say whatever you want, man. It's not like you're gonna really go in there and do it. And if you do go in there and do it and it works, then it's good for you, right? Because at the end of the day, whatever you say in the pre-fight stuff doesn't matter when the fight's over unless you win, right?
Yeah.
So
it may get a few more people tuning in to watch. I mean, like for example, the Bellator, the main event this weekend. That was such a hyped fight anyway. But then after this morning's press conference, that's probably going to get even more people tuning into it now. With potentially one of the fights of the year.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm actually I think I have an interview set up with Pitbull tomorrow morning.
Really?
Yeah, after he weighs in. Yeah, after he weighs in. Because I was supposed to talk to him like yesterday. And then I kind of just got mixed up, and then
promo here for the Grand Prix.
Yeah. So, there you go. Oh, they got it right there. Mengbo versus Grace Cleveland.
Yeah, Friday for 3rd of September.
September 3rd. They announced it.
I think Nick broke that story a few hours ago. Actually, Twitter.
He did. Nick stepping away from the Olympics just to break a little bit of news. Good work. Oh, they don't even have.
They haven't got a picture of her.
I actually messaged Grace, and because I've talked to Grace before, I interviewed her, and she says I'm excited and so grateful for the opportunity. What normal fighters would say, right? If they had to get signed and they jump into this type of tournament. But I'm really interested to see this fight right here, the main event, the title fight. Between Michelle and Nicolini.
Yeah.
Right? That's a good fight. I like that a lot.
Yeah. I mean, there's not many fighters in the game these days that really have one massive strength over everything else. I mean, Michelle Nicolini, her jiu-jitsu is crazily good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that,
extremely well-rounded, tough on the feet.
I'm just wondering, like, can she get her to the ground? Because, guess who submitted her before, right? Angela Lee submitted her, right? So if Angela Lee can submit her, I have no doubt in my mind that
well, that's it. I mean, Angela Lee's a black belt, and she got schooled in the ground by Nicolini. in a fight where Nicolini, all she done the whole fight was try and get the fight to the ground. And Angela just tried to keep the fight on the feet. And when have you ever seen Angela desperately try and keep a fight on the feet? Her strength generally is on the ground.
But Nicolini is so good, man. Like, just even in the grappling world, she's like top 5 in the world, right? So,
Yeah.
so if you get into her world,
Gustavo, haven't you?
huh?
Look at him coming in as a 4'11" gladiator.
Yeah. He's awesome, man. He's awesome. Like he's having trouble getting it off. Olivia Costa's like pissed off right now. Like, dude, like, do you got to do that? He's like, yes, of course.
I feel bad for Gustavo. He's had a terrible run in one. He had 2 fights that were extremely, extremely close, razor close. He is adamant he won both of them. They both went against him. And then in his last fight was against Robin Catalan. He got knocked sparko by a head kick.
Yeah.
He's had a terrible time in one. And considering especially their first 2 fights were unbelievable. I think was one of them against
Little Giant?
Tatsamada Wada. Was it again?
Yeah, you're right.
And they just left Gustavo at the end had nothing left in the tank. And was just literally all he could do was just throw haymakers and just try and go for a knockout. But even then, you could argue he won that fight.
Leon, I had a question just off base. What camera do you use for when you cover shows?
I've got a 4K Panasonic camera. It's very small. It's perfect for traveling around, like going around Asia. Very small, very light, but the picture and the audio with a good microphone is perfect.
All right.
I might though look into buying a more advanced camera where I can plug in, so I can use a microphone without cable, but you need the big, I don't know the technical name in the camera. Because I don't have that in mind.
The audio input.
The audio input, yeah. So you can have a wireless.
Yeah. Well, nowadays a lot of the cameras you can use, because you're not always going to be at shows, right? So then you could just use the same camera as your webcam. Then you have 4K video for your webcam too. So I'm looking into that right now. I'm looking at the Canons because it seems like the Canons are the best ones for that. Just the versatility and the color and everything like that. So I'm looking into that right now. Just need to.
I'm lucky really when I bought it, I hadn't even started covering MMA, but I got it because I wanted to sort of get into it and practicing, do stuff like that. And it turned out I got a very good camera.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a few years ago, and it's still now extremely good.
Is Gustavo the shortest fighter in one championship?
In the world.
In the world?
He's got to be up there. I mean, he's fighting strawweights who are pretty short, but they all tower above him.
You think like what is that? Hasbullah or Hasbala? Who's Bala? What's that guy's name? He's like famous now.
Yeah, he's 2 foot taller than Gustavo.
Yeah, so
he's not really.
Like, that would be some matchups right there, right?
Yeah. What about since we last had one of these fight companions?
Mm-hmm.
He's gone viral, mini Khabib.
Yeah,
he's just come from nowhere. I mean, I remember seeing the first clip of him. I thought it was a kid. He just went up to someone and just smacked him, and then legged it. And I thought it was a little kid, and it wasn't until it was a good few weeks later that the face-off videos came out, and then it turned out he's 18 years old and he's an adult and he's obviously got that growing disorder. But yeah, what a character.
The world, man, nowadays just like social media can take you.
I mean, he's literally pretty much one of the biggest names in combat sport right now when it comes to online presence. He's like a Jake Paul who, he's just suddenly.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, nobody's gonna fight him. Come on, let's be real.
Well, there's the other 18-year-old who's the same height, who had this face-off. They're apparently trying to make that fight. It got scrapped apparently because whoever was booking wouldn't Hasbulla, whatever his name is, he demanded 900,000, and they denied it. But then I can't remember his opponent's name, but he messaged him saying, "Look, I found someone who's willing to pay you. You're asking money."
That's wild. But man, he Gustavo's swinging wild right now.
His legs are massive.
Yeah,
His thighs are like
he's a big boy.
huge.
He's thick. But yeah, he's had a bad run, dude. Like, do you think this is like a must-win fight right here for him?
I don't know. Because them first two fights were so close, and because he's so entertaining, and because of the current situation with the around the world and the pandemic still, I'm sure if he loses and he's available to fight in a few months, I'd pretty much guarantee he gets another fight.
Yeah, that's what I like about One Championship, man. They're not quick to
It's
cut
not so
everybody.
cutthroat like it is in UFC.
Yeah.
Especially in some divisions. Some divisions, they don't have that luxury. And that's what I said earlier when we were talking about Aung La and Ritu and that in the middleweight, like heavyweight divisions. We need to see Chatri bulk them divisions up like he did the heavyweight division a year ago.
What do you think about the Stipe thing? You probably covered that a little bit, right?
Yeah, well, I look at it two ways. On one hand, I really like Stipe. I think he's such a nice guy. And I think from one side of it, I do think he has been underappreciated and under-respected from the UFC. But also think it's a little cheeky is not the right word, but to kind of demand a rematch when you've just been knocked out. I know you're probably on paper the greatest heavyweight in the UFC history. You've got a great record.
And you won the first fight.
And he won the first fight, yeah. But I still think it's a little bit entitled to demand an instant rematch, particularly when, in partly because of him and partly not because of him, there's been no fights in the heavyweight division. So this Derek Lewis and Cyril Kane, they're on the verge of deserving a title. You've got John Jones, if he ever does agree terms, you could argue he deserves a shot. So I think it's a little entitled of Stipe to demand a title shot, but also think he's been disrespected a little bit in the past by the promotion. So I can kind of see both sides of it. But yeah, back to your point, responding to Chatri's tweet about who we should sign next, that's quite interesting.
It is.
And obviously he's under contract, so could we see another trade? And if so, who would one want to send the other way?
I don't think they have anybody that they really want, though. That's the thing.
That's it. The Oscar and DJ was perfect.
Yeah. But the thing with Stipe is like, like they're putting him like third in line, for the title. It's just.
Well, I don't agree as well. The fact that Dana kind of said, look, obviously Francis, he's got to wait now. He's got to fight the winner of Derek Lewis and Cyril Kane, and then the winner of that will fight Stipe Miocic. That's going to be at least a year away. Fight again, Miocic. I don't really like it when the fighters are prepared to sit out for a year or two for their title shot. I know it's a title shot, and you semi-earned it. Sometimes you have earned it. Other cases you semi-earned it. But if you're going to wait that long, and if you're that confident in yourself, go and fight again. Don't wait a year and a half. Is that another low blow?
Yeah, another low blow by Gustavo. Yeah, it's just man, once they that started hitting the news cycle, Arjun Buller was already talking shit.
He was all over it.
Yeah, but that's what you need to do, because really, if you're the champ, you want to bring in, because he probably understands what the situation of the division is right now, right? It's not like there is a completely clear number one contender, right? He can pretty much fight a couple guys in there, right? So if you do get Stipe, you could put him in a title shot immediately.
Well, one, I don't think one would do that because they have a history of not doing that. They want, even DJ had to earn his title shot. Look, I agree with you. There is no number one contender. There's suddenly now there's 3 or 4 potential title contenders who need 1, possibly 2 big fights, big wins to say, look, I just earn a title shot, including your countryman who's burst on the scene this year. But that's why I'd give Reina Derrida. I'd give him the next title shot because I think that kind of makes sense in a way. I could see the other side of it, but I think Buller hasn't got a number one contender, and some of the other, there's a few guys that need to prove they are the number one contender.
They do. I think
Derrida, that'd be a huge fight because he's going for a triple fight. Martin Nguyen done it on 2 occasions before, came up just short. It'd be huge, and it'd be interesting. You've got someone from a wrestling background versus a jiu-jitsu guy. I normally would say before that sort of super fight, you need to defend your title a few times, but there's no who are they going to fight? Maybe if Leandro Ataides wins, but if he gets a massive win tonight, then you could argue that Derrida should defend against him next. That's the most obvious fight. But let's say if Aung La wins tonight, Derrida hasn't got an obvious fight. Buller hasn't got an obvious fight. You've got Abasov, the welterweight champion, who was going to move up to challenge for the middleweight title. So there's that. But then even that's a super fight you're putting there before Abasov's defended his title. And Derrida was upset with him because he pulled out last time, even though that turned out perfect for Derrida. Because he had a fight where if he lost that, he's got no belts, whereas now he's got 2 belts. Yeah, and not only if he'd lost the belt, he'd lost it to a worldweight champion. So he wouldn't have even lost it to a fellow middleweight, would have been even worse. So that whole situation couldn't have been any perfect for him.
But would you want a guy to be holding 3 titles though? Like,
no, but then I get the feeling he's very active. I get the feeling, and he's not going to be really in many brawls because of his fighting style. He said it before. He doesn't want. I asked him before, would you like to knock Aung La out because to beat someone at their own strength? And he goes, no, I'm here to represent BJJ. I will always do that. So I can see both sides of the argument, but I think under the current circumstances, I would make that fight. Normally, I wouldn't do.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that it all depends on, because the world is crazy right now, like with restrictions of travel, to where it's like, okay, can we put this fight on? If we can't, then we got option 2, 3, 4, right? And then you got to go down the options, or whatever one lines up, you got to put those fights on because you got to put cards on, right? Yeah. So that could be definitely an option where Derrida is like, okay, I'll be ready to fight Arjun Buller. Arjun Buller is ready to fight on this day. One of the heavyweights can't be ready, so let's just put it on and let's see what happens. And they could always figure it out, later on. Like, he could relinquish belts because, Martin, he relinquished his belt, remember, in the lightweight division.
Oh, yeah. The thing is, I think Chatri said he's up for it as well. I think the only person who isn't really up for it is Buller. Because, again, a bit like when Derrida was going to fight Abasov, although he's obviously very, very confident, he's got a bit more to lose then. Same with Buller. He's only just won it. If he goes and loses to Derrida, who has looked formidable, obviously, in his whole career, let's face it, it's a tough matchup. Derrida's only tough matchup has been, or its toughest matchup's been Leandro, which was a very, very close fight.
This fight has actually been kind of weird, Like, I don't even know who's winning this fight.
It feels like it started about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. It's only like the middle of the second round.
Yeah.
But for the people, right now, Aung La should be fighting in about, let's say, 15 minutes or so, most likely. I think that's the next fight after this.
Yeah.
So just be patient, people. Patience is key in life. I'm just giving you some life lessons today. But yeah, Gustavo, man, he's riding the back really well. Like, is this straw weight?
Yeah.
Man, he even for straw weight, he looks small.
That's what I mean,
Oh, dude,
yeah.
he might be finishing this fight, dude. Oh God.
He's going to go
Nice
crazy
knee.
if he gets the win, particularly if he finishes it. I was at both his 2 fights. He lost 5 very, very close decisions, and both times he literally stormed out of the arena in absolute disgust.
Of course.
He's
And
eating
then
one
the
for the
then the
back.
next fight, he got just highlight reel knocked out by a little
Okay, yeah.
giant. Right. So, oh man, those are hard knees.
Gustavo
Man,
isn't one of them fighters that holds back with the knees on the ground.
no, not at all. He's got him stuck along the fence, just kneeing him in the head. Oh, those are nice.
I can't tell if the referee's ready to stop the fight or he's warning him about illegal blows because he's very
Exactly.
close to the action.
I think he's trying to warn him about like illegal blows.
And with no commentary.
But man, that's like, I swear to God, that's like 15 knees we've seen so far, straight. What's going on?
Look at that size difference.
Oh, what happened?
Clash of heads.
I don't know. Some of these comments are funny. They're just like, "Fuck you both. Fuck you. Fuck you." Why? Why, guys? Like, we're not doing nothing wrong. We're doing what we normally do, you know. But I think that and I think they're just writing that because they don't know what else to write. You know what I mean? Like, they just want to write something. So I guess that's what it is. What it is.
If I try not to look over there because I get distracted too easily when the fight's on. But if I see often that, I often just assume there's an argument going on in there, and there's the old usual.
Man, in the last live stream that I did, there was one guy in the stream where he was just like talking about Zhang Weili and how she's supposed to be this spoken representative of China and she needs to speak out against it was just like so weird.
I remember
man.
that, yeah.
So weird, man. Like, what? Oh, she's supposed to be what? She's a fighter. Like, she don't have to be anything. You know what I mean? Like, she don't have to speak out about anything. She can speak about whatever she wants. Like, can't force people to be a proponent of something. You know what I mean? Like, half the time, most people don't even know what's going on in their own country.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh man.
Which athlete recently said athletes shouldn't discuss politics? Remember a few months ago? There's a big name athlete. I can't remember who it was. They said, athletes should not be talking politics.
Oh, let's see.
I can't remember who it was.
He says that guy, WMMA was telling me that guy is blocked from multiple accounts on multiple channels. I didn't block him. I just let him talk. You know what I mean? I don't care. But I guess like he's been going around to multiple channels, just like going off on Zhang Weili in China. But that you know, that could be possibly part of that, you know, Asian hate because of the, you know, the coronavirus. You know, people, a lot of people are, you know, putting their frustrations out there on Chinese people, and they got to find a way to release it. So
I think it was Zlatan Ibrahimovic, the Swedish footballer. I think it was him that said that.
Oh, really?
I might be wrong there. But I've got a feeling it was him.
I think you could talk about whatever you want, man. Like, yeah.
And imagine Muhammad Ali didn't stand up for what he believed in.
Exactly. He'd be in Vietnam.
Yeah.
You know, probably would have, you know, not ended up really well over there. But Gustavo's winning this fight, though, I think.
Yeah. Another low blow.
What happened? Another shot to the balls?
That's the third one, isn't it?
Dude, you gotta take points for that, man. Like, you can't just keep hitting the dude in the balls.
Them shorts he's wearing, do you reckon he got them off his Action Man? Because he's small and they're small on him.
Yeah.
Is that a yellow card? Yeah.
Oh man.
That's 10% of his fight money gone.
He just bad luck, dude. He just bad luck. Just bad luck.
Thing is,
man.
though, it's almost a high kick for him, isn't it? If he gets someone in the nuts, it's like his opponent kicking him in the head.
He leaped in with that one. Oh no, that wasn't in the nuts. No way, dude.
He definitely got him in the stomach, but
He got him in the stomach, dude.
It may have just clipped.
Nah, come on, they gotta show that again.
He got in slow motion,
dude. That's bullshit right there. And he got a yellow card for that.
It didn't help that was the third time. Yeah, let's have a look. Did it brush the cup?
Yeah, even Michael Chiavello is saying it's into the belly button.
I'm surprised he didn't look at the big screen because the referees in one do look up at the big screens. Oh.
Wow. But then they said that they heard some kind of crack. Like when he landed.
He may have just brushed the cup as he went up to the stomach. And apparently that can hurt as much when it's just a little.
Yeah, for sure. Oh man, there you go, another takedown.
He's not lacking strength, is he?
No.
And a gladiator.
Some fun scrambles though. There's a lot of time left in this third round. Just riding the back right now. Another takedown. He needs to suplex him. Oh yeah, the suplexes are illegal, right? I forgot.
Illegal. Did you say?
Yeah, illegal.
Oh, I don't know. There's a grey area in one with suplexes, I think.
There is a gray area. You got to go to the side and slam
Certainly,
on the side
if you land
of
on their head or neck, you're in trouble.
You just got to turn them to the side when you throw them down, right? To that one, instead of like landing directly on the head, you land like shoulder head. Then it's not a suplex. Who? Hey, was it the Cambodian top team fighter? He got suplexed, and he was hurt really bad afterwards. I forgot his name.
How long ago are you thinking?
That was a long time ago. That was years ago.
Yeah, I don't recall that. That may have been before my time.
I remember one of the Cambodian top team fighters. You know what? We haven't seen Cambodian top team fighters in a while, right?
No, it's a good point.
Yeah, we haven't seen them.
There's been quite a few fights we just haven't seen the last year and a half because of obviously crazy circumstances.
Exactly. Man, Gustavo's just trying to grind out this win right now. Another takedown. Gustavo on top. Just on top, Zawada's trying to get some submissions going on, but it's just not working out. Man, now he's trying to go for those knees. Gustavo's grappling is really good, man. Because I thought Zawada's grappling was pretty decent. Or is Zawada a striker?
I think so. It's been so long. I can't remember the last one. Look.
Yeah, but So I guess September 3rd is the next live show, which is more than a
No,
month away.
there's two battlegrounds before then.
Yeah, but it's not live, right?
Oh no, it's the next live one. Yeah, they've got two Battleground 2 and 3 before then.
I wonder when Sexyama's fighting again.
We were supposed to fight with Fuliang, wasn't he? But injured his bicep a few months ago.
Yeah, he ripped up his biceps or something. Everybody that's here for Aung, he should be fighting in probably about 5 minutes from now, around 5-10 minutes from now. This fight is almost over. Oh, they stopped the fight, or they? Oh, they time out. What happened? Make sure you guys hit that subscribe, that like, put the comment in the comment section. Any language you want, it's all good. We don't discriminate.
I've seen a lot of effing and blinding going on in the comments. But then a lot of them are coming from Myanmar, so I don't know if that's us or the situation in Myanmar.
Yeah.
So was the referee just is he cut? Yeah, it looks like he had a bad.
But it's not bad. That cut is not bad.
Was it his nose?
Yeah, but the thing is, like, the cut is not like really bad though.
One like to bring in the doctor when there's a lot of blood. But Sawadi, I think he's
Oh, he's getting another yellow card.
Yellow card. Is that
what? Man, dude is just like he's not having a great day today.
Only home at this rate.
There's only 2-3 seconds left.
But Sawadi, yeah, I think he's won most of his fights via submission. So I think he's more of a grappler than a striker.
Yeah. So, and he just got out grappled by Gustavo.
Yeah.
Which is probably a big eye opener for him.
He's going to lose, but he's going to take a bit of extra pocket money home with him.
Yeah, Gustavo just like yellow carded himself out of a win.
I've never seen anyone get to yellow card for. I don't know if the second yellow card is another 10%, or maybe there's a rule where the second yellow card is even bigger percentage. You never know.
Exactly.
Never seen that before.
Very odd. Very, very odd right there. Very interested to see how this this decision is played out.
I think Gustavo will win it unless, because I don't think the yellow cards affect the scoring.
Oh, Gustavo won. Even with the...
Whoa!
Dang, that's some acrobatics right there.
I want to see what caused the second yellow card. I told you to go mad if you won.
Uh-oh. The fight that everybody's been waiting for tonight. Who is here? Who is here for Aung La? Put yourself in the comments. What is your prediction for the fight tonight? Aung La versus Leandro Ataides. You know what? Leandro's Brazilian, right? Like, I've never seen that name before. Ever. He's like very original. It almost sounds like a Roman name. In like on Gladiator or something. Ataides. Have you seen Ataides fight?
It is a gladiator name, isn't it?
Yeah,
Which is quite
it is
funny
like-
considering we've just seen a fighter whose nickname is Gladiator.
exactly, and he dressed like a gladiator too. Yeah, everybody, make sure you hit that subscribe, hit that like, and put your predictions for the fight in the comments. Oh, we got Aung La, second round. Let me find it. Let me find that so I can put you up on here. The comments are coming so fast, like it's hard to keep up, which is crazy. Okay, so some of the stuff I can't read it because I don't know what it says. So it's
I was wondering if anyone
Also-
watching us.
all right. So here we go. We got Aung La TKO. Let me see. We got
Talking of
other-
Ayman, Ayman Mohammed, I just got a little notification pop up on my laptop screen saying he's just liked my latest Instagram photo.
So it's all set up for you to go train with
His
him.
ears must have been burning.
For real. Let's see your predictions. Oh, we got Aung La, second round stoppage. We got fuck.
You know what?
Okay.
I'm 3-0 predictions. I didn't actually give a prediction for that last fight, and I can't give one now because I'm biased. But honestly, I don't know which way I would have gone before the fight.
So we got at the catchweight tonight, Aung La N Sang versus Leandro Ataides.
Aung La looks so different with a beard. Like some people can grow a beard and they still look the same. Aung La kind of looks like a different person.
He does. He looks like a logger. He looks like an Asian Paul Bunyan. Okay, they're walking out right now, guys. Leandro's walking out first. He's got the camel pants on and the red, blood red shirt. He's walking down the ramp. KO. A lot of people predicting KO for Aung La. The Wolf. I didn't know his nickname was the Wolf. Man.
He's a cool dude. I've interviewed him a few times.
Yeah.
And he's a top guy.
He's built, dude. Like built and just super athletic, man. His movement is pretty incredible for his size.
He's got one of the best knockouts in one championship history as well. His flying knee.
Yeah, and
Very
then
stellar.
how many? I think he's finished almost every fight, right? Almost every fight.
And like I said earlier, he's the only guy to give a real test to the current middleweight champion in his whole career.
Yeah.
Derrida's won. He's finished every fight apart from Leandro in the Aung La second fight.
Crazy. Yeah. Okay. Now Aung La is walking out the Burmese python. No pun intended. Right? What is your yeah, it's a catchweight fight. I believe Leon was saying earlier that Aung did miss weight by 6 pounds or around there. And but it doesn't matter. One championship makes the adjustments. And
It's worth saying as well, he missed weight, but he passed his hydration test.
yes.
He could have made weight if he could have compromised his hydration test, but
Yeah.
love or hate the one weight cutting
Man,
system.
he has one of the best coaches in the sport right now in Henry Hoof, man. That guy is just...
And it says a lot. Henry Hoof, he had a couple of key fighters compete last week, didn't he? In Las Vegas, and he was in Singapore instead.
Yeah.
With Aung La.
Aung La he's a big part of the team, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
it
how
says
long was it? It was in April, wasn't it? Beginning of April? Oh no,
what?
end of April, wasn't it? He fought Derrida. So end of April, end of May, end of June.
Yeah.
So 3 months ago, and that was at light heavyweight, and he had a big weight advantage in that fight. Do you think that we're putting the reason down to that? The fact he fought a light heavyweight 3 months ago that he didn't make. As far as I know, this is the first time he's ever missed weight.
Yeah. Possibly that's a reason, or something might have happened, on the flight.
Or the beard weighs about 6 pounds.
Yeah, he should have cut that off. Those ears probably weigh like 15 pounds. You know what I mean? He's got some massive cauliflower ears. All right, then Dom Lau. Dom Lau is out there. He's about to announce the fighters, introduce them. First, man.
And how much difference do you think it would make the fact he trained in Holland with Derrida before this fight?
I don't know if it makes too much of a difference, but Ong brung up a good point. Is that why would you go train with the guy that
You potentially could fight next.
yeah, exactly. It is kind of weird, right? Like, he brings up a good point right there. Like,
Well, I think to a certain point of view, Derrida hasn't got a fight plan. They would have just worked specifically on training for this fight, so it wouldn't have been too much of giving away anything between them. Plus, Derrida wants to fight him again, so I imagine Derrida wants Leandro to win tonight. Well, otherwise he wouldn't have trained with him, because he wants to fight him again, because he feels like that's, apart from the Aung La fight, last one, that was the only fight he didn't, before the last Aung La fight, he hadn't got the finish, so he wants to run that fight back.
yeah. All right. There we go. Fighter announcements over with. Suleiman is the referee.
This
I'm
is
kinda
such
surprised.
a big fight. This is so big, particularly for Aung La.
Yeah. And it doesn't seem like there's any really size advantage for either guy. They're pretty similar in size and thickness. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens. All the Ong fans, come on, get in the chat. Support
The
your guy.
other little aspect is
Oh,
obviously
head kick by Ong, barely misses.
Aung La really, really wanted to win that last fight for his country, and he lost. So he's got that extra motivation
Wow.
to win for his Burmese fans tonight.
Smooth stuff from Ong right now. Smooth stuff on the feet. Doesn't look like Leandro's gonna try to wrestle any right now. Oh, he's trying to stand and bang with him. Man, they're swinging.
He said he would, but like we were talking about earlier, whether he meant it or not.
Yeah. Ong looking pretty crisp on the feet, man. Combinations. But the thing about Leandro is, like, he has that one shot, like, burst
That's it. Yeah.
of power, which is crazy, right? But Ong's landing a little bit more. It looks like Leandro's trying to counter. Oh, takedown by Leandro. Nice. Just dumped him right there. All right, we got there in half guard. And Leandro's trying to get some wrist control going on. Oh, guess who's back in the crib?
Back just
All
in
right,
time, man.
just in time right now.
Just in time to get Aung La. Watch
Okay,
Aung La get taken down.
Aung La got he's on the butterfly guard, but he's getting back up. Okay. Oh, Leandro's got the back, but I think he's gonna stand up right here. He's gotta cover it up. There you go. Okay. Leandro's got Ong pressed against the cage with a little body lock, but Ong's separating the hands. There's not a size difference at all, man. Like,
Who did you think would be bigger, Aung La?
Yeah, because Leon, he was making a point like Aung La just fought at light heavyweight, so he
Yeah.
And he
must have
missed
been
weight
much
by
much
6
bigger.
pounds.
Right.
So, but
This
Leandro's a
is
beast.
man. When I interviewed Ong La last week, he was. I mean, he doesn't like this kind of fight. He's probably pissed. He wants to be in exciting fights, and I think people after the DeRitter fights are gonna be implementing this strategy against Ong La more often. So I think
Well,
he's gonna be disappointed.
the first minute they were standing and trading though. Like, okay, now we're
Yeah.
back to the feet.
Oh
I think
man,
Leandro's happy with
Oh,
both.
he looks
He-
gassed
he-
already, man.
He does. He looks weird, right?
He looks-
He's hunting for that head kick though.
Yeah, but he's got to be
throwing a lot
careful,
of head
man.
kicks.
Ong La's got to be
Okay.
careful, man. These hooks he's throwing.
Yeah, just leaving his head open.
Yeah.
That was a nice jab by Ong.
So I think Leandro's in a good position where he's happy on the feet because he
Yeah.
loves striking. He also knows he's probably got an advantage on the ground.
Oh, the head kick landed
Oh,
there.
that's a nice head kick right
Yeah.
there.
I
But
think
the thing
Ong La's
about
gonna knock him
Leandro
out
is
here.
like he looks tired, but I don't think he is though. He's just like
I don't know, man.
just movement. Oh man, these
They
guys
doesn't
both
have-
landed
hanging.
big shots.
Leandro, his defense is not good on the feet, man. He's a little too willing to eat things here.
They
Yeah,
both
but
are.
he likes
to a certain
to
extent.
keep his hands low too. Oh no!
Oh,
Oh damn!
Damn.
Oh,
Ong
it's
La.
over!
That's
It's
it. That's
over!
it.
That
Myanmar,
was
stand up.
crazy.
Let's get some of these Myanmar comments on here, man.
Exactly, man. What do you guys think? That was insane, right? Here we go. Let's get these guys on here. Crazy. Burma, stand up. Myanmar, stand up. Ong, man, he came through.
Damn, man. He looked like a savage. That was amazing.
Yeah, that was a crazy knockout, dude. That was like a real knockout. He just like dropped like a stack of books. Oh no, guess who's here? This guy.
Who's that?
TJ Dillashaw.
Yeah, TJ Dillashaw's cousin is in the chat. Yes, he's
Why isn't
watching
he on
us.
Why isn't he in here with us, man? Nick, where you
I
at?
don't know. He's
I'm
at the
calling you
pub.
out.
He's at the pub. He's at the pub watching the show, right? Drinking one hand, watching the Olympics in the other. All right, here we go. Oh, J Spec Driver was good, right? He's loving it in the States. Oh, look at this guy. Mather. Beep, bro. Yes. Dad, dude, let's look at this highlight. Left, right. Oh, boom! That
Oh, man,
the right
right hook.
hand just
Yeah.
stack of bricks, dude.
Yeah,
That
was
was
a nice
lovely.
punch, man.
That was
See,
lovely.
that's throwing the middleweight division wide open, really,
Man.
because
They got to do the Big Dash trilogy, or I mean, I can kind of see them waiting on that though, because that's like you said. One of you guys said at the top of this, I think it was you, Leon. That's something you can do anytime. In the same way they've saved the McGregor Diaz trilogy, they can do the Ong La Big Dash trilogy anytime. Maybe give him Okami or somebody like that in the meantime.
Yeah.
Let him really get a streak going. Then either do the DeRitter rematch or the Big Dash rematch.
Yeah. You are a sister of my wife? Yes. Do I know your sister and your wife? Maybe I do. I'm not for sure. But if they do, holla at me.
All right, let's see what the man has to
And,
say.
Yes, sir.
yeah, this is kind of what he wanted.
Yes.
Hopefully, he gives, obviously, and I think he will, a speech for his fellow Burmese.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Are they not going to interview him in that? They must do.
My dad said the match will legit start at 10 p.m. and I think it didn't start at 10 p.m.
That's comment of the night.
Yes.
Who won the fight before this?
Gustavo.
Oh, okay.
You missed a crazy one there. You got two
Yeah.
yellow cards and one.
And a fandom nut shot. Oh. Aung La took it personal, man.
I just want to turn this up a little bit.
Come on, dude. He's not even talking about that.
Nice message.
Yes. Aung told everybody in
I love Aung
Myanmar.
La, man.
Aung La, man, he gave a message to Myanmar: keep your head up. You know, and it's got to be tough for him because if you know you interviewed him, I've talked to him a few times during this whole situation, and he said that he's talking to people that are actually in Burma. You know what I mean? That's got to be hard for him, man. He's getting pictures every day, messages every day from people. You know, it could get to your head, dude. He had to go
No
through
doubt,
those
man. He's
2
got family
fights
there.
against De Ritter with all that shit going on, man. It's hard. It's really hard.
Absolutely, man. He's got family back there. He said he's worried about being able to see his family again. You know, I can't imagine that would absolutely take a toll.
And not only that, because he's not only is he a well-known name, he's the biggest name. And in Myanmar, they hate anyone who's got any sort of name to stand up against them. The what are they called? The military.
Junta?
Yeah.
The Tatmadaw.
So at the moment, if things stand, he'll never be able to go back home ever again while things are the way they are, because his head will be on a stick. Sadly. That's it.
Who? Aung?
Aung, yeah.
Oh, because he's speaking out.
Because he's speaking out, yeah, for his people.
Well, we saw, you know, what happened to Pota.
Yeah.
And what's any update on him?
Yeah, I was speaking to his manager the other day. I've been trying to check in every now and then. Sounds like his manager's at least had like indirect contact with him. He's still alive. He's I assume recovering, but he's still in military custody.
They made him admit that he was making bombs in his gym on national TV.
Jesus
Really?
Christ.
Yeah.
Wow. I doubt he was.
Of course he wasn't.
Yeah.
But he's now gone on national TV and they made him say that. So, which now gives them the permission, to do whatever they want with him.
Crazy, man.
Yeah. So sad.
Oh man, it is messed up, man. Just imagine
So messed
you're
up,
on
man.
national.
Kind of been a bit forgotten because when that happened, it was at the height of the whole Myanmar thing. Then I don't think anything's changed, and
The world always forgets so quickly, man. You know.
yeah, and
That's why I've been trying to follow up with his manager. You know, because when this first happened, you know, there's a couple people reporting on it and stuff, but then it sort of just fizzled out as all these things do. You know, we get distracted by the next thing.
well, and there wasn't any more positive news. It was only going to be really if there's going to be any updates on him. Unfortunately, it was always going to be bad news. Do you know what I mean? Unless something major changes in the whole country, his future is looking very bleak, unfortunately.
Absolutely.
And it's kind of devastating, really. Like I said, the people that are doing it, or not, the rest of the world needs to stop turning a blind eye to this. Do so. Like I said before, I don't want to get too political, but if Myanmar had oil or had other minerals or something worth money, you can bet your bottom dollar America would already be there. But it's in America. It's not in America's interest to do anything, which is ridiculous.
But why would America be interested? Like, why is
Yeah,
it on America to do something?
I think it's more likely to. Yeah, but America doesn't have many ties to Myanmar. I don't think it's probably more likely eventually that China or Russia or somebody like that they intervene. But again, I don't really have a strong grasp of the political atmosphere in that part of the world. But
Exactly.
somebody needs to do something.
It's normally
What?
the US. When anything happens in the Middle East, who is it? It's the US, because they spend more money on military than about the next 10 countries in a row. Oh my
How
God.
is he going to get out of this costume?
Yeah,
I
because
hope there's a zipper on the back or something. Or it's going to take him 25
Hey, if he
minutes to get out of this
loses, he's gonna blame his costume, right?
thing.
It was
Is he
too
going to fight in
heavy.
this thing?
he's going to
It's too
fight.
heavy. Like,
Yeah,
it's
like
too
like
heavy.
Deontay.
I could see a upset happening, dude, in this one, just because he's wearing the costume now.
Whoa.
Yeah, well,
You
at least
say
we know he's
upset,
fast.
Who wins the upset?
I think Sammy should win.
Sammy loses.
No, he's not the favourite.
He's not?
Sam A is an underdog going into this.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
dang.
Then I think the favorite would win this fight. The unknown.
Well, it's a
the
bold
unknown
prediction.
till one championship fighter. Fan.
Sam A is obviously a legend, and even though he's a champion, and even though he's looked amazing in one, although he lost that one of the fights of the year against Jonathan Haggerty, he's fighting the next generation, who's
Yeah.
Prajanchai.
They say this guy is a monster.
Yeah, he's
Mhm.
well. There's quite a few times where they're saying
Yeah.
he's the next big thing, and they're all probably right. But he is. He's one of them. He's a killer.
Well, they say he's fast as the Flash. That's just a rumor right now in the streets. So we'll see what happens. This dude is wearing the full costume. I can't. Where did he even get that thing? Jesus, that's so funny. Yeah, it's like there doesn't even seem like there's a zip or anything, is there? There is a zipper. Okay.
Talk about coming at the right time. I think we needed something to go a bit lighter. And then he comes out dressed as Flash Gordon.
Yeah, it's quite a costume, man.
Yeah. Well, Gustavo came out as he had the full gear for Gladiator. Full gear.
Oh, really?
He couldn't get out of it. He had Olivia Cost pulling off his arms and just weird stuff, man. It was very odd. But
that is weird, man. I'm sorry I missed that.
Yeah. You got to go back and watch that.
Gustavo, I'm kind of surprised he's still in one, honestly. He hasn't looked all that great.
Who's that?
Gustavo Ballard.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't know. He's had a bad luck, bad run. I'm saying he lost 2 fights. I think they were both split decisions, both so close. You could argue that he won both of them. He definitely thought he won both of them. So I remember both times he stormed out of the arena, angry that he lost both. And then his next fight, he got knocked
out
into a different planet, into a different universe by Robin Catalan.
Yeah, that's one of the knockouts of the year.
So really, they couldn't have gone. His 3 fights couldn't have gone any worse, because when you're adamant you've won, and you lose twice in a row, both similar fights, and then you get knocked out Sparko. That's not what you want.
Not at all. I mean, he's had a brutal run in one, if you ask me.
And he's only 4'11", so he's fighting guys that are tiny.
You say he's 4'11"?
He makes them look like giants.
Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised he's been fighting at flyweight too, right? For the most part.
Oh, actually, yeah, he has.
Yeah, I mean, he fought Tatsu Mitsuwada. I don't know why he hasn't gone down.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, actually, was that fight flyweight tonight? I forgot. Yeah, he's been fighting at flyweight. Yeah, because like you say, against Wilder again. That's one of the best guys in the division.
Yeah.
And
yeah, let's see. Was that fight
that
today?
was very close. I mean,
no, the fight today was strawweight, which is good. That's where he needs to be. Yeah, but I think the first few were not.
Getting that Wilder fight again, you could have argued he won that fight.
That was a close fight.
And Wilder's good. And was it that fight, or was it the fight after, where he just had nothing left at the end?
I think that was the Chan Rotana fight. Yeah.
Yeah, and he had nothing left in the tank, and he was just literally, I mean, he's got a chin on him.
This was his first fight in one at strawweight. The first 3 were in the flyweight division. I can't believe it took him so long to drop down.
Yeah, crazy to think he's 4'11", and he was fighting
his gladiator costume in the kids section.
Mind you, each one of his legs probably weighs almost as much as me.
No doubt, yeah.
They don't get much bigger.
I'm liking these comments. I don't understand any of them, even the ones in English.
I was thinking, how many people watching us do you reckon understand us?
Do they think we're showing the fights?
We've put an amazing show on tonight.
But there's got to be some people that think that we're showing the fights.
Well, they kept saying stop talking during the fights.
Yes. So are they watching? Is there the fights? I don't know.
I don't know.
Let's see.
They haven't figured out after 3
Who
hours.
can write so fast like that? I can't believe.
Is she talking about the YouTube subtitles?
Yeah.
It's a machine.
Yes, it's a machine.
It's just auto-generated.
Oh, I guess that they have like the auto-generated subtitles in their language of what we're saying. Okay.
Maybe like a translation. I'm not sure.
That's crazy if YouTube has that.
They do, don't they? Well, good luck
on live streams.
Most people.
I don't think so. I'm sure they can't translate on the spot like that.
No, that'd be weird. Unless they
especially
have a
to Burmese.
I think they do.
On live streams? That's wild.
It's not completely accurate. You get some crazy, you get some funny, wrong translations.
Yeah, but that's the fun part about it.
Yeah.
Look at Waleed Ismail. Like he's doing translations on the fly in the cage.
Oh God, yeah.
He's the best, right? Yeah,
he doesn't even listen to what his fighter says.
Yeah, he's just thinking of like what he thinks he would say if he was the fighter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's just what the fighter needs.
Oh, definitely. Some of them do need it. You know what I mean? And then they could always say like, "Oh, I didn't say that." Then they'd be like, "All right."
I get some comments on my videos, like from my translator. Like some of them just say that translator is rubbish. Obviously, by someone watching who knows both languages. But someone the other day saying it was I won't mention her name, but a female fighter, and it was another fighter who translated. And she said one of her answers, she gave a real humble answer, and he turned it around and made it a real sort of controversial, confrontational answer. So the translation, they do have the power to completely.
I guess there are translations going on at the bottom. Everybody, please watch to YouTube. Aung La won already. Okay.
Yeah, if there's people watching this expecting to see Aung La fight, we've got some bad news.
He already fought.
Yeah, he just fought, guys.
Can we go back to for weeks we were saying, when's Aung La fight? In 10 minutes. We can go back to that joke now. Now he's actually fought.
Yes. Yes. And please stop writing the same comment over and over again, But right now, Sam A versus Prajanchai.
This has been a longer card than usual for one of the 1-6 fight cards. Normally, they fly by. There's been a few decisions.
Was the Ballard fight, Gustavo Ballard, was that a decision?
Yeah.
Decision, and there's also 2 or 3 long pause in action for low blows. And
well, I was going to say I was just on a call when I had to step away there, and I was kind of watching the clock, and I was like, God damn it, I'm going to miss the Aung La fight. And then jump back on, and it just started. I was like, how did this happen? I mean, there must have been some delays.
At one point, there was 6 minutes gone in the fight, and it felt like the fight started about 20 minutes before that.
Wow.
What's going on with these people? I'm trying to get as many comments on the thing as possible. You see, come on,
this
Peter.
guy.
Why you keep writing the same thing, buddy?
Come on, Peter.
Peter Seen Samti. All right, the main event's about to start now. Let's see if the young generation can come through and take out the old man. Because you could consider Sam A the old man.
He's had like a billion fights.
37 legend. I think they've had almost 1,000 fights between the two of them.
Jeez.
Yeah, for sure.
Almost 1,000.
That's almost as many as you, Leon.
Almost.
That's how many fights he's had in the bar.
Most of mine have been verbal fights with myself in my own head.
Okay, yeah. And you're undefeated, right?
Well, no, I'm 50-50.
No, most of his fights on this chat called Vax Holloway. That's where it is.
I've been meaning to post on there for ages.
I have to erase all the because like how WhatsApp downloads all the pictures and stuff automatically to your phone.
I hate that, man.
But then if you turn it off, then the ones that you want to download like it doesn't
Yeah.
download, and you're like, shit. So it's like you just turn it on. But yeah, sometimes some of the stuff Leon puts in that chat is just like funny as shit, dude. It's so funny. This
It's not
guy.
supposed to be funny.
I know, but it's funny to me, you know.
Well, I like the way you don't really get involved. You just sit from a distance and
I just like watching it,
Bust,
man.
bust
It's
at the
funny.
popcorn, eh?
Yeah, it's funny. It's fun.
you can anyone's welcome to join, Tom. But it's well, it's
Just
called
put
Vax
Tom in
Holloway.
there. Because he'll check it once in a while and just laugh at it.
Yeah,
and
throw
then-
me in, man.
I'll
Yeah,
throw you
put
in.
him in there.
This is a WhatsApp chat.
Yeah.
Yes,
How many of
it's
these
got-
are there? I mean, I'm already in two with you guys.
It's a COVID one.
No, this
Okay.
is the better one. This is like the
Okay,
one
yeah,
that's
add me
like,
then. I wanna be a
it's
part of
more
it.
fun, you know.
Who else is in it?
A
John,
couple others, and then
Nick.
they sometimes they go back and forth. It's fun.
and Michael.
Both guys
Yeah.
are wearing black shorts with black ankle socks and black gloves.
Man, they're depending on the tape on the gloves for this to tell them apart, man.
Because they do
Sammy's
both.
hairline.
Yeah, his hairline for real. That thing's going back like, you know, a convertible top. Just
Yeah, man. Fighting with a top down.
for real. This is 5 rounds, so do you see that this could go all 5? I think it probably end up going all 5, huh?
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Of them do because
I
they're
don't know
so
a lot
well
about
matched.
Prajanchai. Yeah.
I think I could see Prajanchai maybe getting the finish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sammy can crack too, obviously. So I
Yeah.
mean, we'll see.
Oh, big time, yeah.
But I think a
What was
lot
that
of the
knockout?
guys, like some
Go
of the
ahead.
guys he beat, I think a lot of those guys were intimidated by Sammy, though. You know what I mean? And
Oh,
that
yeah,
I
he's a
think plays a
scary guy, man.
huge factor in like going into the fights. But I think this kid, you know, I don't think he's intimidated by Sammy at all.
He
You
doesn't
know,
doesn't
not.
look intimidated.
He's
Yeah.
forcing the action right now.
Who was it that Sammy knocked out in Tokyo? Do you guys remember? He had a crazy knockout on the second Tokyo card, I think.
Fuck. I don't remember. We gotta go look up his record.
The Jonathan Haggerty fight though was his standout fight.
Oh, it was incredible. Yeah.
That was a flyweight.
Priscilla, we appreciate you, Priscilla. Put you on there. Did you?
Please
I did
start
subscribe to your channel.
Priscilla.
Please start soon. Please start soon. Start what? We've been starting. We've been on here for almost 3 hours
The
now.
fights are almost over.
Finished.
Come on, Priscilla. Get it. You know, keep up here. We're good. So, how old is Sammy?
37.
Yeah,
What? Man, he's a young buck.
Prajanchai's 28.
Yeah. But in Muay Thai, 28 is old. that's the crazy part. You know
Well,
what I
if you
mean?
think between them,
Yeah.
all almost had 1,000 fights. They're obviously not all
Yeah.
down the same, eh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when Sammy fights someone of his vintage, that the number of collective fights is off the charts. Let's start the show.
Yeah, Tut. We started the show 3 hours ago, buddy.
This is the show, man. You're looking at it.
You're looking at the show, buddy.
Oh.
Oh, there you go.
Knockdown.
Leon is like leaping
Mystic-
Leon. That he
Mystic
earns his
Leon.
name. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're looking at least a 10-8 round here.
Man, he's a judge too. What else? What can you not do, Leon?
Ring girl.
A lot.
Ride a bike?
Yeah.
Can't ride a bike, Leon?
I can ride it, but I've just. Oh, well, yeah, I've got.
They got rid of the ring girls. Did you notice that?
What's that?
It won?
Yeah, they don't have them anymore.
Do you know what? It's probably just expensive and difficult to fly them into Singapore these days.
I think with the whole, especially being in Singapore, there's no point bringing people that aren't.
There
100%
is no girls in Singapore that could be ring girls. Come on.
Well, I'm sure there are a few, but they've got their roster of ring girls. You know, I think
They're
a couple
all
of them are
Koreans.
Yeah,
They're all Koreans. Like,
yeah.
I
It's
don't
probably
know,
just
like,
easier not to have ring girls.
Why is there not a mixture of ring girls? Why are they all Koreans?
And they'd get them to wear masks anyway. What's the point of having a ring?
And
if you're
before
wearing a
people say like, "Oh, you don't got," I'm Korean. Okay, I'm just saying.
Korea has the best looking women in the world.
Oh my God, here we go again with Leon just obsessing with Korean women and the best.
Japan
I
and
like
Philippines.
These
Yeah,
the ring girls are not watching the stream, Leon. You don't have to say that to us.
Ring girls.
They might be. They tune in for everything Leon does.
Yeah, they do. That one picture of Leon and the ring girls by the swimming pool, that's epic. Was that you, Leon? Is there a picture of you with?
There's
the ring
definitely
girls?
a picture of Leon with some ring girls. I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen them do the rounds. I don't know how they got out there.
Oh, this is the comment of the night right here.
Oh man.
Korean girls have big units. Okay. If
What's
that
a
means
unit,
what
man?
that means. If
A
that
unit could
means-
be anything.
if that means what I think that means, like,
It's not bollocks.
then Leon is definitely interested.
Actually, more of a bum man.
Leon's a unit, man.
Yeah.
I'm a bum man.
Well, is that a unit? I don't know.
I don't know what a unit is. So
Units mean upstairs.
Do that? Does it? I've never heard that term for that particular body part before. I'm going to use it all the time now.
yeah, it's like, yeah, she's got a unit on her, right? Like, or she has units. But
Yeah,
then you
I
could be
don't know,
talking
man.
about bedding, right? Like,
Yeah, or like,
Right.
she has like, several apartment units or something. She has
exactly,
anything.
right?
She's a great entrepreneur.
Exactly.
Because when you say the dude has a unit, then you're like, you know what that means, right? It's like, it is what it is, right? But
a washing machine, right? Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Refrigerator.
Refrigerator, yeah, a microwave or oven or whatever. But like when a woman has a unit, it's like, okay, that gets
Units.
confusing.
Yeah. Units plural kind of. Yeah. That implies
Yeah.
something else, doesn't it?
It's like a double header, like.
Why are we still talking about this?
I don't know.
Did this guy think we were going to talk about this? Devote so much
think
attention
so.
to his comment?
J-Spec
His lucky
Driver,
damage.
he knows what he's doing. No, J-Spec Driver is always in the live streams. He's good.
Okay, all right.
All right,
Big fan of the units.
Yeah. What is it? Prajanchai? He's doing really well, man. Like,
Yeah,
very
man.
impressive.
But Semi is
This wasn't the original fight, right? This was like who was
there's a nice knee
fight
up
on?
the middle there.
Yeah.
Did
I
you
think
see that?
Sam Patch pulled out, but he was on a later card. He's been replaced.
Oh,
This
okay.
was the original fight, I think.
I think Same's evening it up right now.
Yeah, he's doing well, man.
Yeah.
I just thought actually we do know the main and co-main events the next 2 the next 2 cards. We were talking about
What are
earlier.
they?
I posted them the other day on Twitter. I'll get them up after this fight.
Damn.
Yeah, I know a couple of the fights they've
Edward Bullion
they're
is fighting.
pre-recording. Edward is, yeah.
Yeah. See if I'm now correct.
And Same's corner is pretty intense. They're lifting him up, slapping him. Dude's there's a fight in between every round too with his corner.
Here you go.
Oh man, that
that was
nice.
a nice uppercut.
Alex Silva. Yeah, Sam Patch, Fairtax was supposed to fight against Prajanchai, but Sam Patch is out. Another Ataides replaced him. Prajanchai is brilliant as well. He's fighting his former teammate. I can't remember his name now, Prajanchai. In Dejdan Wrong, Amnu Sorishok is fighting on the card as well, on the third card.
You know, when you watch so much MMA and they're fighting 5-minute rounds, and then when you watch them strike for 3 minutes, it just seems like they're not having enough time to hurt each
It
other.
goes so quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Especially the
wonder
fight.
if they've given any thought to making these Muay Thai and kickboxing rounds 5 minutes and why they've decided not to. I mean, what?
Well, I think traditionally Muay Thai is 3-minute rounds. I think.
Yeah, it is for sure. But I'm just wondering,
they're going hard right now.
they've put them in MMA gloves. I mean, I'm just wondering why they haven't put them in MMA rounds too.
This is
Might be
probably one of
interesting.
the sickest like rule sets in
Oh, yeah, it's
sports
so
right
good.
now, dude. Muay Thai with MMA gloves.
It's amazing there aren't more knockouts though. A lot of Muay Thai
Yeah.
and one championship seems to go to the decision.
It just shows you how good they are, like technician wise.
This is a good fight, man.
Yeah.
The body work is nice.
But with the bigger weight classes, there's always knockouts with these small gloves, though.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Oh man,
you're throwing.
I'm gonna start calling this dude PJC
What's
because I don't
PJC?
Prajanchai.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know how to say his
PJC.
name.
Yeah, I think you just said
PJC.
it, man. Prajanchai.
Yeah, so PJC, man, he's working him this round, dude. He's turning up the
PJC.
heat. And Sam A versus PJC. Let's do it. But
There's a
Sam A
chain
still
of-
he still has another belt, right?
Yes, yeah. I can't remember. Man, I feel like I'm like forgetting things about one championship during these hiatuses that they've been doing. You know, when they
Exactly.
disappear for a month and a half, like it's there's just so much MMA out there now. If you're not constantly consuming it, then you start to.
PJC's clipping him, dude. Sam A's his nose is a little bit busted up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Samuel just has the one belt.
Oh, he does. Okay, I thought he had the kickboxing belt for some reason.
He's the former flyweight champion, flyweight
Okay.
Muay Thai champion.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, he's strawweight, kickboxing, and Muay Thai. Yeah, he's got both belts
Okay.
in this weight class.
Okay. Damn.
Might lose one tonight though.
Yeah.
I think he will. Yeah, I think after this he will.
I think
Just have one
PJC
belt.
got this round though.
It must be nice to have two belts, you know, because you go into a fight, you lose one, you're like, whatever, still a champion.
Well,
Oh,
it
yeah.
didn't,
So that-
not for
so
Aung
that's
La.
all
He
Law.
lost back to back.
Yeah, no, of course, if you lose both of them, then that's shitty. But
And Stamp
nice to have
too.
that buffer. Yeah, it
Stamp
as
well,
well.
doesn't go well for a lot of these people, man.
Yeah.
How bad was Stamp Fairtex's year last year? She
Oh
lost
yeah,
unbeaten.
Oh, dude, did you see that he dipped under the head kick twice?
yeah.
That
And
was
Stamp too that
beautiful.
she lost her belt in a
and
you know,
unbeaten record in
debatable
MMA, yeah.
decision. Yeah.
Yeah. You're right.
And the way she lost it, she was winning the whole fight, and then a
Yeah.
little sort of mistake where she kind of missed where she did tap, but I don't think she actually thought she did.
Well, and the losses to Janet Todd and Alicia Rodriguez, both of those were
Very
super
close.
close. And I actually thought that Stamp could have won either of them. They were close for sure, but
Yeah,
I mean, in another world, you know, in a slightly different world, she could have won both of those fights, kept both of her belts, and won that MMA fight. You know, had she not made that blunder, she was so close to having a perfect year, and it ended up just everything went wrong.
Yeah.
the Alicia one I think was tough. I think that was probably her least impressive performance.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a tough time. I think obviously it wasn't that long. It was around the time she split up with Rod Tag.
With Rod Tang, yeah.
In the eyes of like the Muay Thai people that I know, when I asked them about that fight with the Alicia and Stamp, and they said Alicia won that fight clearly.
Yeah,
that was.
but it was
more-
competitive though.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
competitive, but
Yeah.
they're just
Well,
talking about like the intricacies. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
regular fans that would probably just saw that fight and be like, "Oh, you know, Stamp could have won that
Well,
fight." Right?
Stamp won she kind of won the first half of the fight, and then
Mm.
Alicia kind of ran away with the second half. And I think once she busted Stamp's nose, kind of.
All of
Damn.
Stamp's fights, honestly, have been in Muay Thai and kickboxing in one have been fairly close. I mean, even the Alma Uniku fight was competitive. You know, she's been getting in these like really close fights. They were bound to eventually not go her way.
Yeah.
You know what?
And she never fights with a lot of urgency either, which is
No, she's
like, she's
almost
aggressive.
too relaxed.
yeah, she looks very just like mellow in there. Like and you know, it'll be the halfway through the third round of a close fight or the fifth round of a close fight, and she doesn't like crank it up at all. She still kind of maintains the same pace.
Oh,
Man, this is a crazy fight.
yeah, this is a
And
crazy
Sam A's-
round, dude.
Sam A's turning it on, man.
Yeah,
Now I'm regretting
like-
picking PJC.
yeah.
Never should've
PJC
listened to
was
you
like
guys.
running the first half. Now Sam Ace switched gears.
Ooh,
The knee to the
left hand.
midsection. Why is he sitting on the fence, dude? Come on, damn.
he's dumped him twice this round.
Yeah,
Oh, I don't
but
think
he
that
just
was a
got
low
knee
blow.
in the nuts.
Interesting
It
as well
looked like
about
it missed to me.
Alicia fight.
Let's see a replay.
When Stanford Alicia, her best round was I think it was the third round. That was the round she had her nose broke. So even though she looked at her best in that round, she probably lost that round. And
Mhm.
then that was the turning point of the fight. Fourth and fifth round really kind of ran away with her.
Yeah, she debuted against Stamp, won the title, and then got pregnant, right? And then she
Yeah.
hasn't fought since. So
And
it's
they
been a while.
still haven't given a sense of what they're doing with her title, have they?
Yeah, I don't
Did
think
they
they're
ever-
gonna. I think they're just gonna
I mean,
wait.
Yeah, I mean, they may make an interim title or something. Because
They
unlike
should.
Angela, as far as I've seen, Alicia hasn't been super clear on when she plans on coming back. Angela said all along she's trying to come back like as soon as possible. But I don't know if Alicia's had that same urgency.
Yeah.
I check in every now and then with her Instagram, but she predominantly speaks in or posts in Portuguese.
You don't speak Portuguese? Come on.
You're
Step up your
rusty.
game, Leon. No, but I think she's in Phuket, right?
Yeah, she was. I don't know if she's having her
Not
baby
sure she
there.
still is now. She's pregnant. She may
Yeah.
have gone home to Brazil.
I saw that she was hitting mitts, like with
Heavily
the
pregnant,
belly,
yeah.
you know, with the stomach out.
She
So,
took a long time to show as well, because
Yeah.
she kept posting photos or photos and videos of training, and she did not look pregnant.
well, I think those are probably old photos and videos, dude. Probably.
know.
I don't know.
I think she
Oh
announced.
man, these guys
It's
are
a
going
crazy
at
fight,
it.
man.
This is just beautiful right here.
Yeah, this is one of the better Muay Thai fights I've seen in a while, and one.
I don't know if you like fighting. Like, I don't understand why you would not like watching something like this.
Oh, this is amazing. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
watching it. I'm just saying this is really like setting the tone.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, some people they turn it off. They're like, "Oh, the MMA's done." They're probably not even
Yeah.
watching this. Once on
half
pod,
of
they're
them
like turning it off.
are probably MMA fans who complain when fights go to the ground.
I mean, this is basically just MMA without any grappling. I mean, at this
Exactly.
point with the gloves and they've got the full striking rule set.
Yeah,
even got
everything,
the clip.
elbows, knees.
Oh, she's Olivia there. She's little speedy feet.
Or what do
That
people in
was
the
a
comments
that
say?
was a hard round to judge right there. Come
Yeah,
on.
it was, man. That was. No ties in the comments, eh? It's all still the. One guy says this is proper gloves for Muay Thai. Yeah, I agree, man. It changes the defense too because they don't have this big shield on their hands anymore.
I want to see. You see that stuff that's going on with John Wayne Parr and Dan Hardy about them
Yeah.
fighting Muay Thai with MMA gloves.
Yeah. John Wayne Parr versus Dylan Dennis.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I might have some info on Dan Hardy soon, so
damn.
stay tuned. Yeah.
So I guess we know who he talked to right now.
Nothing yet, man, but we'll see.
Let's see. Leon is right. This is exactly what crying MMA fans always ask for, just striking, and it's 10 times better than MMA striking. Definitely.
You know what? MMA fans are never happy,
No.
ever. Yeah, the casuals all took off, man.
The Aung La faithful. All right, let's see.
What is this silent assassin
Man.
saying? All these letters here. What is he trying to spell?
I don't know. He probably is. Oh, he's. I don't know.
I know what he's trying to spell.
Yeah,
Can we ban this guy?
Yeah. What's he doing?
What's he trying to spell?
It's a nasty word, man. Let's kick this guy out of here.
Yeah, let's get it. Stupid.
Peace, idiot.
No, man, this fight is crazy. Now it's the 5th round. I think it's tied, man. It's got to be tied, right?
I would still give the edge to
PJC.
your boy PJC. Yeah. Silent assassin was blocked. Peace.
All right, they're in the clinch. Same's face looks weathered right now, though. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, he always kind of wears it in his fights, though. Man, this is a close fight.
It is.
This is a crazy fight to score.
Same is smart too. He's trying to dump him because in the judge's eyes, that actually helps a little bit if the stand-up's really close. If you dump him on the ground.
Michael Owen's making some good points there about clinching. One doesn't let them clinch long enough.
Yeah, they should just do the MMA clinching. Just let them clinch for like 10 seconds.
Yeah, they don't need to break it up this quickly, man. There's some amazing things that can happen in the clinch position in Muay Thai.
For example, like remember when Mike Perry elbowed Jake Ellenberger in the
Yeah,
clinch? Like we could see
exactly,
stuff
man.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Yeah.
Oh man, PJC just laying it on here. That was a nasty
Yeah.
kick.
Might have a new champ.
He's doing this thing though when he punches,
Oh.
he's kind of sticking his chin up. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's probably just because it's late in the fight and he's trying to win, but better be careful.
He did a good job of catching the kick
Mm-hmm.
and then like hitting the combination afterwards. Okay, we got 20
Man,
seconds left.
This guy's fun to watch, man.
Yeah. I'm interested in who Michael Owen thinks won this fight. Like,
Yeah, why don't you tell us?
Michael Owens, tell us something.
He'll think Prajanchai won.
Oh, there we go.
Well, let's see.
Sammy doesn't really look too confident, does he?
Nah, but he can go home to his other belt, man. He'll be just fine.
Yeah. It's like, spit shine my belt.
And you.
I see these highlights.
Oof.
Man, those are. Oh.
That was a crazy exchange, man.
Yeah, right
It almost
there.
looked like there was a headbutt in there.
Non-stop.
Yeah, he's reckless when he throws these long punches.
Yeah.
Look at his chin out there. But it worked. I mean, I hate criticizing pro fighters because I have no idea what I'm talking about, but I mean that looked pretty dangerous to me.
He has great pressure and like very active when he's pressing forward too. It's not like he's just like trigger shy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a fun fight, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to. Oh, Sammy's wearing it, man.
Michael Owens disappeared. What's going on, buddy?
Doesn't have the guts to make his pick here.
Yeah, you gotta make your pick before the real official announcement is made.
Yeah, I say PJC definitely got that.
Yeah, could be a split.
Yeah, I reckon unanimous decision. Shouldn't that just be official result?
Did it say results or something? More than one result?
If I will visit you country, I much beat you and all.
No way, Suti.
You're making threats right now. Come on, buddy.
Come to Canada, man. I'll take care of you.
Yeah. I went with PJC on the Fanatics app. Damn, you did well, sir.
Yeah, I changed to PJC at the last minute, so it's nice that you can change your picks like right down to the wire, you know?
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Oh, nice.
It is PJC. Yeah, you gotta congratulate the young buck, man, because you have the other belt going home.
Oh, there's so many fun fights to be made for that guy, man. Let's get him in there with Haggerty.
There's the other guy that was supposed to fight him, right?
Well, this is strawweight.
Oh, this is strawweight, yeah.
This is his debut, right?
It's one debut, yeah.
That's crazy, right? Like you make your one debut in a title fight and you beat the probably the best guy that's ever like held the title. He's the only guy that held the title, right? No, he's the best guy because Haggerty held the title, right?
In flyweight.
Yeah.
Sam O was flyweight champion. And then lost to Haggerty. Then he moved down to strawweight and he won the Muay Thai and the kickboxing belts.
I wonder how big of a accomplishment it is to have this belt in Thailand, though, because there's so many like stadiums and everything going on with the Muay Thai scene.
Stadium belts are obviously a big deal. Yeah, you have to have someone like James Goyder, someone who's really into the Muay Thai scene.
I
It's
think
getting
the
bigger.
plan is obviously is because they're signing up all the talent in Thailand. It's the kind of the Lumpini and will be sort of the feeder leagues to one championship. I think that's kind of the goal.
Well, they're doing a great job, man. Well, Mike Owen's saying that PJC is regarded by some as the best pound for pound in Thailand. Well, we just saw his work, right? I've never seen him fight before, so this is my first taste of his skills. And
Yeah, man, he looked
amazing.
Good. That's an exciting guy, man.
Yeah, I think he's only gonna get better because his debut, you hop in there on short notice. Let's see, what else is Michael saying? PJC was the favorite for those in the know.
Like me,
Yes.
switching my pick at the very last second when you guys told me he was the favorite.
Championship made in Thailand. Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing when a guy that in the Super Series is not Thai and they're the champion.
Yeah, it doesn't happen very often.
No, it doesn't. And, you know, in the big weight divisions, it does because there's everybody. You know,
Yeah,
Asians are
true.
smaller weight classes.
Yeah.
So
Well, Haggerty was the champion for a bit, right?
yeah.
Who else? Has there been anybody else?
Yeah.
Any other Farang?
Elias
Oh, yeah.
Saneshi
Yeah.
and is that it?
There's someone else.
But in the smaller divisions,
Elias was the
Obviously,
flyweight
on the
kickboxing
women's
champion.
side, got
That
Janet
still is.
Todd.
He still is the champion, I think.
who?
Elias
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 Hanahashi.
Saneshi.
See, a lot because of the pandemic. A lot of the
Although
what is it? Those guys are not able to fight, right? The guys in Europe, they can't come over.
Yeah.
So
he defended his belt last time against the Thai guy. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but that was very controversial. A lot of people thought he lost, including
Right,
Chatri, who said they're going to immediately rematch.
I came in 9th.
What was his name?
Oh, I did pick PJC to win tonight. I picked Aung. I picked Sawada to win, so I missed that one. Ritu, I got that one right, and I picked Chen to win. Got that wrong, so I got Chen.
Went 5-0.
No, I went. You went 5-0.
Yeah.
It's not official. It's not official unless you're on the Fanatics app.
Oh no! But before each
Everybody,
fight, I made a prediction for every fight, apart from the Sawada fight. I forgot.
Man, dude, that was a nasty knockout, dude.
Mhm.
Leandro took some big shots right there, and that last one was perfect. I think mentally, he got over a big barrier with that one, man. That's crazy.
It says I placed 9th for this one too.
Okay, all right. Here we go. The next three cards: August 13th, Zhang Liping versus Edward Foyolong, and August 27th, Chichachai versus. Oh, that's a crazy fight right there. Chichachai versus Taiwanachai, TWC versus STC. I'm gonna just that's my new thing, man. We're not gonna say the names anymore. We're just gonna go by 3 letters.
And that's
he's the one who came in and replaced Sam Pech at the last minute.
But I heard he's one of the top pound for pound guys in Thailand too.
Although he's fighting upper division, I think, or I think one of them's not fighting in their main division. I can't remember now, but it's a last minute fight, literally. I think about less than a week's notice.
For sure. Well, anyways, guys, let's shut this shit down. And man, Tom, appreciate you. We'll probably end up doing this maybe in the next couple of weeks again sometime. I guess we got to do it for the what is it? The Empower, right? Like if that's live, we need to get on here and do it, right?
I think the next 2 Battleground cards.
Yeah, I'm in for that for sure, man.
Yeah,
that sounds fun.
So we'll see, but for sure, we'll try to do the Empower card. Everybody will be back. Maybe be back on the next card. Who knows? Thank you for joining us. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, and dislike if you want to. And thank you so much for joining us, Tom, Leon, and the whole crew at SCMP. We're out of